This ESPN telecast of the NASCAR Busch Series is available in high definition on ESPN2 HD, presented by Vizio. Welcome to the NASCAR Busch Series at Nashville, presented by Tractor Supply Company. It's time to get it on. Engines revving, sun is shining, crowd cheering. Let's take a look at our starting grid. And there you see David Stremme, who actually broke the track record. Also, Carl Edwards, your favorite in the first 5 rows. Let's go trackside.
Ladies and gentlemen, with the words you've been waiting on, the best you've heard all day, please welcome Julie Roberts.
Gentlemen, start your engines.
Let's go up to the booth. Here's your crew calling the race. We bring you Andy Petree, Marty Reed, and of course, Rusty Wallace.
All right, thanks, Eric. Glad that you're going to spend a couple of hours with us. You know, David Stremme claimed his second career Busch pole just a couple of hours ago. Marcus Ambrose will start right alongside. They are 2 of the 6 that qualified in the top 10 that have never won a Busch race. And we talked about it yesterday and today, Rusty Wallace. Big opportunity for these guys.
Marty, this is a great opportunity for the guys that are non-Cup regulars to win their first race here at Nashville Superspeedway. The Cup guys are on vacation this week. They're probably down to Bahamas. They're taking a break. They're tanning their rear ends probably. But you know what? These guys got a great shot to get the first victory. Look at Stephen Light, Stephen Wallace. A lot of these Busch regulars are dying to get the first victory, Andy. This is a good opportunity for them.
Andy, let's talk a little bit about cold hands. Temperatures make for bad pit stops.
Yeah, Marty, the weather's very cold out here, and the drivers may love that cold weather because they can stay cool in the car, but these crews, it's going to be hard for them to keep their hands warm and try to keep their feet warm and stay loose for these critical pit stops that you're going to make. So these crew chiefs are going to have to make sure they keep their crew members warmed up, keep them in front of a space heater, keep them ready to go at a moment's notice.
One bad pit stop could mean the difference between victory and about 5th or 6th place. Let's take a look at our weather. You can see how cold it is. It's like 39 degrees, but it feels a lot worse than that with a 20-mile-an-hour wind. As we've got cloudy skies and those high breezes, you want to know how cold it is? Just ask our cameraman up on top of this roof. It's cold. ESPN's presentation of the NASCAR Busch Series at Nashville is presented by Tractor Supply Company, the stuff you need out here, and in part by Vizio, making HD TV a possibility for everyone where vision meets value, and Old Spice Red Zone Body Wash. Cars have made their way out onto the racetrack behind the pace lap. Across the top of your screen, you'll see the entire 43-car field getting ready for the 7th race of the season here in the NASCAR Busch Series. And our in-race reporter is going to be a man familiar with this racetrack, but in the IndyCar Series, he's driving the number 12 Mobil 1 Dodge. That is Sam Hornish Jr. Rusty?
Sam Hornish, Rusty Wallace, ESPN. You got us?
I sure do.
Sam, you've been doing a lot of testing in the Busch car, and it looks like you're getting better and better. Do you feel like you got your rhythm back here at Nashville? You run pretty good in IndyCar here.
Yeah, we've always seemed to have quite good runs here at Nashville and IndyCar, but this is definitely a totally different beast. Really looking forward to getting out there and getting some laps in today. The big thing about it for me is hopefully make it to the end, stay on the lead lap, and see if we can't bring it home in the top 15.
Sam, it's awful cold out there today. These tires are going to have a problem getting some grip right off the bat. I guess you're aware of that. Have you guys planned for that one?
We're just trying to keep them warmed up and cleaned off as much as we possibly can while we're getting everything lined up right here. But it's definitely cool out here today, and hopefully we'll make sure that we get everything all warmed up and we'll be good on all the restarts and starts. That's been one of the things that I've been really working on trying to do is get better at those.
Okay, Sam, have a great race. Thanks for talking to us.
Andy, while we got a
Thank
chance,
you.
let's talk to his crew chief.
Hey, Matt Gimbel, it's Andy Petrie. You got a copy?
Yeah, 10-4, Andy.
Hey, Matt, you know, we talked earlier in the garage, and you're talking about being methodical about how you guys went about this race. So you would just kind of peak at the right time at the end of the race. Where do you think you are on that plan?
I think we're on track. We're probably about 3/4 of the way there. Made quite a few changes overnight here, and we qualified pretty well. Qualified 13th. So we'll see what we got here.
10-4, Matt. Thanks. Have a good race.
Thank you, Andy.
All right, you know we have an onboard with Sam Hornish Jr. We have a total of 8. There they all are with Mike Wallace, Scott Wimmer, Johnny Sauter from top to bottom. Besides Sam, it's Stephen Wallace, Richard Johns, Bobby Hamilton Jr., and David Rudiman. So there are onboards with all our multiple views that you'll be able to see, both out the front, inside the cockpit, and out the rear. Let's get the final stories from our Frozen 4 pit reporters. It's been a cold couple of days. Mike Massaro, you're up first.
But David Stremme has certainly been hot. After he got out of his car during qualifying, he said, I could have done better. That's hard to imagine considering he won the pole with a track record speed and certainly has one of the cars to beat today. Back in 2005, Stremme's crew chief Brian Patty, along with Reed Sorensen, won this very race from the pole. That's the only time a Busch race here in Nashville has been won from the first starting position. Vince?
One of the race favorites here today is Bobby Hamilton Jr. He's definitely the sentimental favorite, and not just because he's running here at his home track in Nashville. It's also the first time he's run here since the passing of his father in January. It's been an emotional weekend for Bobby Hamilton Jr. He has had some very positive results at this racetrack, but he has never won here. What a victory it would be for him if he could take home that guitar here this evening. Jamie Little?
Well, Vince, there's a new face on the front row, rookie Marcos Ambrose. Perhaps he had a little extra motivation. For the first time in 3 months, he was reunited with his wife and baby daughter. They've been back home in Tasmania, Australia. They're now here for the rest of the year. And he said, looking at that score chart, it looks like it helped out. Now, we also hear his competitors refer to him as Kangaroo Meat. Today, starting on the front row, I think we need to call him the Tasmanian Devil. Alan?
Well, Carl Edwards is the NASCAR Busch Series championship leader. The last time the series raced here at Nashville Superspeedway, he went to victory lane. That was last June. He starts today in 8th position. Now, Rusty mentioned a minute ago some of Carl's Nextel Cup Series brethren taking the weekend off and sunning their backsides, I think was the term that he used. Carl told me on the walk out to his race car, there's no place he would rather be than in this race car here today in Nashville. And when you consider most of the field considers him the favorite to win this race, can't say I blame him. Let's go to the ESPN pit studio. Here's Eric Casillas.
Thanks, Alan. Okay, Carl Edwards is certainly tempting, but let's get your picks for the race. I'll start with you, Brad.
Well, you have to go with Carl Edwards somewhat, but I'll tell you what, I'm going to go with Stephen Light overall. He came into the series last year, ran a partial series schedule. He's full-time this year. I think he has a great opportunity to win.
Can we bully you into someone other than Carl Edwards?
Well, I mean, I think everybody's taking Carl Edwards, but, you know, I'm going to have to go with the pole setter. I think the pole setter right now has got the best race car out there.
So we like David Stremme and we like Light. It's two of the guys in this particular race for our picks. Now let's go back up to the booth.
All right, thanks, Eric. We'll find as they get ready to unfold here as the lights are out on the pace car. Let's talk about what to watch for.
Well, like we said, we got to keep these crews warm. With the temperatures in the 40s, it's going to be really hard to keep these guys warmed up and where they don't make mistakes with cold hands. And you got to stay in that low groove on a concrete racetrack. You've got to. This groove is right on the bottom of the racetrack, and it'll take a little time for them to move it up. So these guys got to be careful, especially early. And then you got to conserve your brakes. This is a 225-lap race on a 1 1/3 racetrack that uses a lot of brakes. So these guys got to think about that at least.
Andy, I tell you what, these guys are going to get going down into turn 1, and that groove is awful narrow like you talked about. There's a lot of rubber built up in that second lane. So on the start of this race, the guys starting on the outside of the groove got to be really careful. Get those tires warmed up, get that thing in line so they don't get hung out and maybe crash right off the bat. A lot of them are thinking about that right now.
And remember, we had the ARCA race just before our race here with the different tires.
And Marty, that's one big concern right now. The ARCA race just finished up. They had Hoosier tire rubber on. A lot of these guys in the Busch Series with these Goodyear tires cannot stand that.
So as they get ready to come out of turn 4, we'll wait for the green flag to fly as race number 7 of the NASCAR Busch Series is about to go green.
Get ready. Stay ready. Ready. And green.
turn 4. It looks like it's going to be our pole sitter, David Stremme, who's going to lead lap number 1.
Well, one of the biggest things going on right now, they're all settling in. They're trying to get in that bottom lane. It looks like they lined up pretty good. That's what they need to do. Until they get some time on this racetrack, Andy, lay a little rubber down, get the groove widened out.
Yeah, it looks like these guys are just taking it easy. Well, we say that now, we see some big-time racing right here. But telling these guys just to be calm, don't make any mistakes early. It's a long race.
That's Timothy Peters in the 21 getting down low and picking up a couple of spots. Eric Almirola right in front of him in the number 20. The 66 also there, Stephen Wallace. As that is a battle further back in the field. That's from 18th on through about 20.
That's a good shot right there, Stephen. And Boris said Boris trained Stephen for all the road racing, so those two get along real well.
Clear.
Looks like Steve got to the bottom. They got to wait for these tire pressures to get built up, Andy. When the pressures come up.
Nice and smooth now, nice and smooth.
Yeah, you hear these crew chiefs and spotters say, nice and smooth here. Let's take it easy. Let's get it going here. You don't want to make a mistake early.
It's all about building rhythm right now, kind of getting the car in the groove, finding out what you need, what you got, and these guys are just settling in right now.
Gotta get some heat in the tires, you know.
You heard Steven just say you got to get some heat in the tires. That's what they got to do. These cars are making about 750 horsepower, running close to 180 miles an hour in the straightaways. And boy, when you get down those corners, Marty, you got to have that grip right now.
And right now, the guy with the best grip is David Stremme, about a half a second lead over Marcus Ambrose. That's Johnny Sauter in the 37 in third, Mike Bliss in the 22 in fourth, and then David Ruderman in fifth.
A lot of people have talked about Carl Edwards being the #1 guy here, but I'll tell you, Stremme, he's got that number 41 car that was in Victory Lane here a couple years ago, that Chip Ganassi-led team. Look at a 37 car. Now, this is the car that Jamie McMurray generally drives. Jamie's on vacation this weekend. He's turned over the reins to Johnny Sauter, and Johnny Sauter's doing a great job of qualifying that car.
Well, let's see if he can run down David Stremme. David Stremme's kind of picking them up and putting them down. He's pulled away from these guys by 5 or 6 car lengths.
Yeah, he's got almost a 1 second lead after 5 laps, and so you obviously see who's got the strong horses and the right setup early. And look at the mess behind him. We've got him 3 wide going down the backstretch.
Well, you see David Ruderman bring the Toyota entry of Michael Walter be into the picture right there, right on the bottom. Mike Bliss. Now, guys, this is one of the loosest parts of the racetrack. When you get a guy right on your tail coming up off of turn 2 or coming up off of turn 4, really makes that car loose. Those guys got to be careful early going in this event right now.
Well, Ruderman's got himself a good little race car. He's picked off 2 spots in 1 lap. He's now up into the 3rd position.
Not only that, he knows how to win here. He's won in a Truck Series race here.
Taking a look now at Bobby Hamilton Jr. That is a battle for 5th. He gets around Marcus Ambrose. So our outside front row sitter, Marcus Ambrose, is going the wrong direction.
Well, you know, these guys need a... What would happen here, Marty, if they get going the wrong direction like what's going on with Marcus Ambrose? That first pit stop, you know, Marcus is still pretty new to this game. That first pit stop, he'll be talking to his crew guys, hey, let's take some air pressure out of the right front of the right rear. Andy, get this thing adjusted up, getting it hooked back up, because generally, these cars aren't perfect right off the bat. You got to work on it.
Yeah, I'm just telling him to hang in there. So first chance you get, just tell me what you need, and I'll try to adjust you up a little bit for the next stop. And then maybe we go forward instead of backward.
Mike Massaro, you've got more on Marcus Ambrose?
Well, Marty, it may just be a philosophical approach, really, for Marcus Ambrose right now. It's been these types of racetracks that he's admit have been a little bit intimidating for him since moving to NASCAR. He said his approach in this particular division has been completely different than what he's experienced. Since the age of 12, he said his objective has always been to go out and win. He said, though, in the Busch Series, he's not just ready to do that. I spoke with him this morning to see if that had changed, and he said, well, we had a good qualifying run. Let's just leave it at that for the time being. Right now, he may just be showing a little bit of patience trying to feel that car out.
Well, he's about to lose a couple of more spots because that's Stephen Light in the 90 and also Shane Huffman in the 88 going underneath him, and he's out in that outside groove, and he's hung out, and here comes Wimmer in the 29.
I really want to see what's going on with Wimmer and also Shane Huffman, Marty, because, you know, he had to go out and qualify earlier today when they had the big blow-up off of turn 2 with the 14-car Kyle Krisloff, and Shane didn't get the qualifying run he really hoped for. Right now, it looks like he's moving up the pack. I believe he started 12th. He's up to 9th right now. That Dale Earnhardt Jr. car looks pretty good to me right now, guys.
Yeah, and he's had a really good setup for this type of racetrack. Even into back to the end of last year, these guys had some really solid runs at Phoenix and in Homestead, and this is a kind of racetrack that fits right in there. I know these guys are real optimistic.
Let's get more on Shane Huffman from Alan Bestwick.
Well, you know, Andy, you were talking about the setup for this type racetrack. The other thing they've got going for them, driver comfort on this type of racetrack. This is a track that drives for the guys behind the wheel, much like a short track. The smaller tracks where they learn how to race. Shane Huffman has been adapting to super speedway racing this year in the NASCAR Busch Series, but he knows how to drive short tracks. That's where he came from. He's very comfortable here, even though this is only his first race at this racetrack.
Yeah, Alan, he's had some real good success in the Hooters Cup division on tracks not quite this big, but if it drives like a short track, he will feel more at home here than he would, say, at a Kentucky or a Charlotte or a Texas type track.
Well, so far, David Stremme is out to about a second lead over Johnny Sauter. There he is, all alone right now. Sauter and Rudiman pretty close for second and third, with Mike Bliss fourth, and Bobby Hamilton Jr. rounding out your top 5 here after 12 laps at NASCAR.
I think it'd be great to hold this up in victory lane, that's for sure.
I think I need to win that.
I might just take this now.
Well, I'd probably go to sleep with it like this and wake up with it like this.
Well, I think the country boys, I mean, you definitely got to be sitting up, like that. The Rockstar, you're definitely, playing it out like that.
Pepsi 300, you can get it.
Welcome back to the NASCAR Busch Series at Nashville, presented by Tractor Supply Company. You see Bobby Hamilton Jr., very emotional day. First race here since his dad passed away earlier this year, and he's racing at his home track here in Nashville. Now let's go back up to the booth.
And right now in third place as he is on the move. Right now, if you're a manufacturer battle, well, you got David Stremme in the Dodge up front. Rudiman in second with the Toyota, and then you got 2 Fords with Hamilton and Carl Edwards, and the Chevrolet contingent that were blocked out of the top 10 in qualifying. All of a sudden, it was Shane Huffman into 5th, and look at this. David Rudiman has caught up to Mr. Stremme.
Yeah, but Andy, take a look at the nose on the 99 car. David Rudiman's awful low to the ground compared to David Stremme's. It looks like he's really got that coil-bound setup worked out better.
Yeah, you see a totally different setup here in these 2 cars. You can see the front end of that blue car of David Stremme's. His is flying that nose on the straightaway. It's down nice in the corner as we see here, but when he hits a straightaway, that nose flies up in the air. David Rudiman's car is right down on the racetrack here, and that's going to be an advantage for Rudiman.
Vince, you've got more on Rudiman as he's going for the lead.
David Rudiman very happy with his race car, says it's a little tight coming off, but as you saw him make that move there for the lead, he says this is his absolute most favorite track in the world. It's his first career truck victory here at this track in Nashville, and he believes he's got a car that can win this race today. And as you see, he started 5th. He's already made the move up to the lead. Alan Bestwick.
And we'll talk about the guy who just lost the lead to Rudiman, and that's David Stremme in that blue 41 car. Stremme reporting a couple of laps ago to his crew chief, Brian Patty. His car struggling, losing the front end coming up off the corner. Right up here, off of turns 2 and now turn 4 is where Stremme's struggling for the moment. Jamie?
Bobby Hamilton already made up 6 positions. He started 8th. He's actually up to 3rd now, guys. This is his favorite track as well. We're hearing a lot of that, but this is his home track. We've talked about it a lot. He said it suits his driving style. It's super aggressive like him. He said you can drive the heck out of your car and be as aggressive as you want. We're looking at him right now. Bobby Hamilton Jr. looking for his first win right here in his backyard. Marty?
There you see the number 35 McDonald's machine as he continues on with Carl Edwards closing in behind him by about 0.2 of a second behind Bobby. And there you see the battle right there. All right, let's go back just a moment ago. We're getting word that you're not going to like this, Rusty. Steve brushed the wall.
Well, let's take a look. He looks pretty good out there. Still might just been a light oh, that's just a little bit of a tap.
That's just a love tap.
That's just a love tap. Let's hope that didn't tear the car up any, because it looks like he's running down Sam Hornish right now on the racetrack. We'll have to see what that looks like.
Hornish is 18th. Steve is 19th. That's what it looked like from the onboard.
And he just passed Sam Hornish out there just now. So evidently, Andy, the damage didn't hurt anything on the car. And boy, I tell you what, if you're going to bump the wall, you don't want to bump it any harder than that.
Yeah, sometimes you can bump that wall and adjust your car for the better. I know I've done that before. I've tapped it a few times, and sometimes you hit it and the car drives better.
Well, something just happened there. He was pulling up in the back of Hornish. He got in the wall, and then he passed him. So, you know, as a car owner, I'm kind of liking that right now.
All right, let's talk a little bit about this, because we just saw for a moment there our new leader, David Rudiman. He has now opened up almost a full second lead over David Stremme. The ebb and flow of this race is changing rapidly.
Yeah, you see some guys coming behind Rudiman, too. I'm looking at the scoring monitor, and you see a group of fast cars coming, but Rudiman's car has been pretty consistent. He's got the clean air, and that's going to be real important to keep in the lead, as he don't have to sit there and race somebody with his nose right up underneath another car. We see these cars here, the 35 of Bobby Hamilton Jr.
Guy to the left front. Pound, 1 pound, guy to the left front.
Yeah, I don't know who was calling for that adjustment there, but we see David Rudiman. They talk about taking air out of the left front. That's probably going to help the car turn a little bit better in the corner. Maybe even keep it from being loose in. If they're having a little problem with being loose in, it might be like an adjustment that'll help them.
It was Sam Hornish's radio, and it looks like he missed pit. He was trying to get it in.
Looks like he's got a low right rear tire, Andy. To me, it looks like the right rear's flat on that car. Yeah, it is flat.
Looks
a
like
flat
it's low
right
for
rear.
sure.
He's trying to get it in the pit, and he got in a little hot, and he missed the entrance of pit road. Let's take a look at this. Now, he's really slowing right now.
This is a tricky entrance to this pit road, so I can see how he missed it. A lot of guys do that here at Nashville.
There's the Mobil 1 crew on the wall. They are ready for the stop, obviously unscheduled. And here is a replay.
That's pit.
And he couldn't make the turn.
4,300, 4,300.
Couldn't make the turn. Just had to keep on going. That's a smart thing to do because you don't want to spin the car out on the entry.
Meanwhile, the battle for second is heating up. Stremme is under attack. He's in the 41. The 35 of Bobby Hamilton Jr. is right there.
Andy, I tell you, I was in Richmond, Virginia last week watching the Busch cars test. You can see that David Rudiman really got this car worked out. As you see the 12 car changing tires and getting this thing back in track. Sam Hornish just needs all the track time he possibly can. Mike, you got more?
Well, Rusty, a great observation on your part. He had a right rear tire going down. That's why he's on pit road. They're making a 4-tire change and trying to loosen the car up just a little bit. Made a track bar adjustment, and they're away.
They are.
Back to what I was talking about at Richmond. I watched David Rudiman working on the coil bind setup, Andy. His car looked better than any car there at Richmond. I believe they brought that technology from the Richmond test over to here because I'll tell you what, he is blowing these guys' doors off right now. And look how low the car is to the ground, and that's what you got to have.
Yeah, Jerry Baxter and those guys have really got a good handle on this thing, and I've watched their car and the attitude, and it really does look impressive. But you see some other cars. We watched the racing back there with Bobby Hamilton Jr. and Shane Huffman now has moved into 3rd spot, so he's coming up through there, and his car looks awful good too.
And we've got another guy on the move. It's now Rudiman first by 2 seconds over David Stremme. Then it's Shane Huffman in the Chevy, and another Chevy. Scott Wimmer has moved into 4th. Bobby Hamilton's been bumped back to 5th.
You know, I keep talking about this technical stuff. I know that, guys, but I'm really amazed by Stremme's car, how fast it ran in qualifying. But, you know, he said under throttle off the corner, I'm losing the front end. And we're up here in the booth watching this car with their camera. As he picks up the throttle, the front end lifts up like a drag car. And that air dam gets way off the ground, loses that downforce, and that front end takes off. I'm sure when the guys get home, they'll look at their shock package, make sure they got enough rear spring in it, something like that, to keep that nose back in the ground for next time.
Yeah, we didn't have it. We were talking in qualifying, in our qualifying show, about no Chevys in the top 10. They're marching right now. We've got the 88 car has moved up into now he's in the 4th spot. We got the 29 car now moving up. He's in 2nd. So these guys have these guys really making a charge.
Yeah, right now it is Toyota with Rudiman, then Huffman and Wimmer in the Chevrolets, and Jason Leffler has moved into 4th, and Blaney is on the move. Both of those guys are in Toyotas. They're 4th and 5th. Stremme has been bumped down to 6th, and Carl Edwards is 7th. We're seeing a lot of shifting going on.
A lot of shifting going on. Johnny Sauter, who started up in the front rows, all the way down to 16th. Marcus Ambrose has fell. And I tell you, Stephen Wallace hit the wall. He's getting faster. So, Andy, let's go keep hitting the wall, right?
You know what all this means? It means we got a great race going on, man.
Got a great race going on.
So, meanwhile, all this goes on behind David Rudiman as he has built his lead almost 3 seconds over Shane Huffman and Scott Wimmer in your top 3. David Rudiman, his nickname, well, it's Beak. And we'll explain it when we come back to Nashville. It's race 7 of the NASCAR Busch Series. Don't go anywhere.
I'm David Rudiman. My nickname is Beak because my nose is, according to some, a little bigger than most. So Beak from high school has stuck with me. And man, I can't believe I told you guys that. Hey, I'm Beak. How you doing? They call me Beak. It's followed me all the way here. So Beak, how was the car today? That's the point now where I just answered Beak on a pretty regular basis. Now everybody knows, you know, not that everybody didn't know to begin with, but now like everybody knows.
Right now, Beak is checking out, and it's a little surprising. This is the first time Rudiman has led at Nashville in 5 Busch races. He did win here, though, in the Truck Series back in 2005. Now let's get you up to speed. We go to Vince Welk.
Well, and remember, David Rudiman ran well here last June. He finished 6th here at Nashville. That was his best finish of the season. His crew chief, Jerry Baxter, continuing to tell him, you're plenty fast, be easy, no pressure, just keep it smooth, and let's knock off some laps. Alan Bestwick?
Strong drive for Shane Huffman so far in the Navy car. He's driven up to 2nd place. Remember, he had a car crash just before he qualified, had to go out and time trial in uncertain track conditions. Strong car in the early laps so far. Mike?
Scott Wimmer feeling a little bit of pressure since taking over the 29 car. Remember, guys, this is an automobile that's won twice this year with Jeff Burton aboard it. So far, Wimmer pretty quiet on the radio, saying he needs some grip on the racetrack. Vince?
Jason Leffler is running 4th in the 38 car. He says the car's getting a little tight in the center. They're going to take a ½ pound out on the left rear on the next pit stop. They'll pit at about lap 64, so you've got about 20 laps to go. But right now, Jason Leffler's very happy with the 38. Running 5th is the 10 car of Dave Blaney. Blaney has said absolutely nothing on the radio. That, my friends, indicates he's pretty happy with the race car. Alan Bestwick?
Carl Edwards, who was the favorite on the tongues of a lot in the garage this morning to win this race, started 8th, moved up to 4th, now has faded back a couple of spots. You see Carl working some traffic there. He's talking about his car really going to the tight side, meaning the front end just wants to slide off the corners. Going to take a couple of big adjustment swings at it on their first pit stop. David Stremme started on pole. He has faded back just behind Carl Edwards now. Stremme running in 7th spot. Stremme also talking about losing front end grip on his car. The only way to fix that from behind the wheel is to let off the gas. That's not a good thing in a race. Mike?
Timothy Peters having a terrific run. He started 19th and is all the way up to 9th now on the racetrack. Just moments ago, his crew chief Shane Wilson joking with his driver on the radio saying, you're making this look easy. Have you done this your whole life? Jamie?
Well, Bobby Hamilton Jr. went from 9th to 3rd in a hurry, and about 4 laps ago radioed to Chris Wright, his crew chief, and said the right front is totally gone. He's going backwards. You see him there in 9th position. His crew chief telling him to stay calm. We'll take care of it. We've got about 20 laps to go before they plan on coming in. So Bobby Hamilton Jr. just hanging on, hoping to make it to the pit soon. Alan.
Todd Cleaver driving Roush Racing 16 car this week, started 10th. He is running right at the back of the top 10. Just reporting his car, really the balance okay, but it just needs more overall grip. He feels like there's a little grip lacking in this race car right now. They'll try to deal with it shortly.
And in the top 10 that we just brought you up to speed, there are 3 each of the Toyotas, the Chevys, and the Fords. The one Dodge is David Stremme, who's running in 8th.
Yeah, you know what's so significant about that is there's only 3 Toyotas in the race, and they're all 3 in the top 5.
1st, 3rd, and 4th right now as you're on board with David Rudiman. And obviously right now, as he is looking pretty good in the Busch Series standings with all these guys taking the week off. This would help him a lot in the point standings. Rudiman, of course, won here in 2005 in the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series, and right now leads by 1.2 seconds over Scott Wimmer, the Toyota in front of the Chevrolet. So we're going to step aside just for a moment. Can Rudiman lengthen the lead, or can Wimmer cut into it? After 48 laps, we still got a lot of racing to go here at Nashville.
Those are some of the new faces you may be seeing in today's Busch race. And we have a new leader of the race, but Brad, I understand you have a little, well, first let's figure out how it happened. Here we have a new leader in the race. David Rudiman gets passed by the 29 car, so that damaged your lead.
Yeah, and he did a great job. Scott Wimmer did a good job going to the bottom of the racetrack. But the question I have is for Andy Petrie. Andy knows a lot about the coil binding, and obviously, if you look at the posture of David Rudiman's car as well as Scott Wimmer, it looks like the coil binding is seriously in effect how low that race car is. My question is, on this abrasive racetrack, as it chews up the tires, will that affect the coil binding, or is there enough spring in that right front to hold the car in position where it's at?
Well, Brad, what they say about coil binding, or what we mean by coil binding, is running these really soft springs, and you just let the car, the car collapses right down on top of those springs, and the idea is to keep it there all the way around the racetrack. And some of these guys are doing a really good job of it, and some of them we see that are not. We see the noses flying on the straightaway. But in reference to you chewing up the tires, I really think that these guys that keep their attitudes of the cars nose down more of the time will probably have better life on the tires and a better handling race car.
Well, I tell you what, Andy, I totally agree with that. You keep that nose down, you got a better handling car. But one thing I've been watching out there right now, guys, there's a lot of guys missing pit road. They're coming off of turn 4 and coming in too hot and actually missing it. In fact, you saw Sam Hornish, you got to come use the warm-up lane off the back straightaway to get in. But other guys are actually getting in too hot. Now, when the green flag pit stops happen here in about 12 laps, they got to be real careful. A lot of problems going on right there.
There's Sam Hornish. He is currently 3 laps down in 34th position. What is striking me, guys, is the fact that our early leader, David Stremme, has fallen back to 11th. Rudiman is now 4th. He's been passed by Wimmer, Leffler, and Dave Blaney. Is this more of a situation of that coil binding, or are we just burning up the tires?
Well, it's just different setups, and you're seeing it's a great race so far. We've run about 58 laps of green straight from the start here, and you see that these different cars have got a little different handling characteristics. Some may jump out there on the start, be fast for a while, and the other guys have a good long run setup and will chase them back down and pass them. That's what makes for a great race.
You can see the margin right there between our leader, Scott Wimmer, and second place, Jason Leffler.
Marty, I've been watching the lap times just about 5 laps ago. These about top 5 cars were still in the 29-second bracket, and all of a sudden it's like somebody flipped a switch, and now they've lost about 3 to 4/10 of a second, all of them, and the tires are starting to wear off.
Yeah, Kevin Hamlin getting really high in turn 1 and 2 there.
He's got
some damage also.
Yeah, he's hit somebody or somebody's hit him, because that left front has got some dings.
And when you tear that left front up like that, you lose the downforce. That left front of that car is going to be rearing up in the air. So you see David Rudiman go by it. But guys, the tires are wearing off these cars right now. A lot of ill-handling cars. Looking for pit stops and maybe 10 more laps. Get 4 new Goodyears on these cars and get the grip back, get back in the game here.
That's like you said, Rusty, we were talking about these cars. We've seen some of these cars making the unscheduled stops, having trouble getting on pit road. So when these scheduled stops come, it's going to be very interesting to see who can get on and off pit road or can get on pit road without having a problem.
We're going to have our cameras at the entry of pit road. Mike Wallace is making his stop right now. He's peeling off early. That's how his stop goes. The entry of pit road's what we're watching for now. Big problems are going to happen there.
On the left is Scott Wimmer, your race leader, by just over a half a second. On the right, the pit stop of Mike Wallace.
Yeah, this is one of the first scheduled stops we've seen. It's a little bit early yet. We'll probably see these other guys coming in here in a few laps.
As Mike Wallace making his pit stop, Timothy Peters comes down, and Kevin Harvick's 21 car. He's making a stop right now. They're all starting to peel down pit road here. 37 car, Johnny Sauter's in.
There is Peters' pit stop. They're over onto the left side now. And you're going to lose at least 1 lap if you pit under green and if the caution comes out. Now the 37's in. Jamie?
You see the 37 come in. He hasn't said much on the radio, guys. Typical stop, 4 tires, full fuel, doing a great job. First time in that 37 cadet car. That's Johnny Sauter. It doesn't say his name on the car, guys. It actually says Tim and Jay's brother. You know, the 3 racing brothers, all Sauters. Pretty cute. Love of the family.
No respect.
And here comes the 33 of Cale Gale. Let's check in with Mike Massaro.
And Cale Gale on pit road right now, enjoying a pretty good run himself. Just routine stop there, 4 tires, really no chassis adjustments, no air pressure. Car just a little bit snug, and that's pretty much what everybody's saying here on up and down pit road. We'll try to free it up a little bit, just 4 tires. Hopefully that'll correct the problem.
Cale finished second in the ARCA race a little bit earlier today. Here comes your race leader, Scott Wimmer. He has peeled off, surrendered the lead to Jason Leffler. Also into the pits is Steve Wallace. And Mike, let's check in with you.
And Your race leader heading down pit road, as we mentioned, Scott Wimmer, saying he is looking for just a little bit more grip. 4 tires, the call, and they're also see you put the wrench back there. They're making a track bar adjustment on the car too, trying to correct that problem, give him a little bit more grip around. A 4-tire change for Scott Wimmer, who's trying to do what his predecessor Jeff Burton's done twice this year in that car. Let's get to victory lane.
And the 38 of Jason Leffler is also in. Vince, you're there?
Jason Leffler is very happy with his race car. He says it's a little bit tight, but he wants absolutely no changes on this pit stop. As you see his crew go to work, as long as they don't make any mistakes here, Leffler's going to be out in a good position once everyone cycles through on their pit stops. And as mentioned, he loves his car right now.
Well, his first Busch Series win was here in June of 2004 in his 56th start, and he's back out. Alan?
On pit road now, Carl Edwards is coming in for his stop. Big adjustments on this car because the handling really went away in the middle of the run for Carl Edwards. Going to be a 4-tire change, track bar, air pressure adjustments on the 60 car. Now Shane Huffman is going to pit from the lead. He's coming down pit road, and he's out of gas on pit road. He's out of gas. The engine is shut off as he's coming down pit road. Crew Chief Wes Ward calling out to bring out the can of ether in case he needs help getting it restarted. The engine is silent as he sits here on pit road. You hear the crew being told to put some gas in the air box. There's a little opening on the top of the cowl. There's a tire rolling away and all the thrash on the pit stop. Tire rolling out behind the car toward the center of pit road. If they don't get it before the car leaves, it's going to be a problem. Jamie?
Well, Alan, Regan Smith in that 4 car, and he has had his hands full with Cup duties and Busch duties this weekend. He was looking forward to concentrating on Busch. He hasn't said a lot in the car. He got himself up in the top 10, and that for a rookie is considered great. Marty?
So as all this is continuing, cycling through David Reagan, and here he comes. He had inherited the race lead. Now he peels off here on lap 67.
We got about everybody hitting down pit road. The tires are so important. Vince, you got more?
Waiting for him to pull in. The crew is poised and ready. They're not expected to make any changes here with this 6 car. Comes in and hits his marks. Watching the crew go to work. Reagan started 6th, fell back early on, but has not been complaining about the car other than a little bit of tightness, which is the same thing everyone else is dealing with. Off he goes.
So the 21-year-old is back, and now a problem with the 4 car of Regan Smith. He gets it refired.
We're rolling. Outside.
He was right near pit out.
Yeah, it sounds like he was having a little trouble getting it in the right gear. Maybe having stripped one of the gears out of the transmission, getting off pit road. And that's a problem sometimes. Take off these concrete pits and jump onto the asphalt. You can break some parts in the transmission.
Here comes David Stremme into pit lane. Alan, you've got it?
He's already made his pit stop, Marty. This is a pass-through penalty. They had a tire get away from them on their pit stop, went to the outer half of the pit box. He left before they retrieved it. That's a penalty for Stremme. You see, he just drives straight through at pit road speed.
Because I was wondering if he had a problem with the car. Now we know it was the penalty situation. Left side of your screen, good battle between Wimmer in the 29 and the 37 of Sauter.
Yeah, that's Sauter. He's actually trying to stay on the lead lap. That's why he's racing Wimmer very hard to try to do that.
Go on board.
We got these pit stops finally cycled through right now. Carl Edwards and Bobby Hamilton Jr. the last lap just had 2 of the fastest laps of this session. Those 2 are flying. They're back there in 7th and 8th, getting themselves back up through the field.
Right now we show 15 cars on the lead lap, with Scott Wimmer in the 29 being your race leader. That's Mike Bliss right behind him. He's trying to get back on the lead lap. He is shown in 17th. Meanwhile, we're going to step aside. There's been a lot of action going on here. That top 5 is going to change. Come on back and find out how fast.
Welcome back to Nashville. Here's your NASCAR.com reset. 7 different leaders so far. Your current leader, Scott Wimmer, in the 29 car. And the 29 car working on its 4th consecutive top 10. Burton, back-to-back wins in Vegas and Atlanta. And last week, well, last race in Bristol, Wimmer was 9th. Now let's go back up to the booth.
Well, I'm going to tell you, we have had some great racing here today. Who says you need all the bushwhackers coming in because these guys have put on a great show. Right now, the top 4 is separated by a half a second.
And then you got these other guys trying to stay on the lead lap, get on the lead lap. We got some intense racing going on right
here. The 37 car, Johnny Sauter, he's a tail end the lead lap.
So is Cale Gale in 33.
Cale Gale in the 33 and the Kevin Harvick car, and they're racing like crazy to stay ahead of Scott Wimmer in that 29 car.
Pass for the lead.
That's Leffler trying to get underneath the 29, and it looks like he's going to get the job done.
That's what happens when you get blocked up on lap cars that are in front of you trying to get their lap back.
Here comes all 3 Toyotas, all 3 of them on the inside of the 29.
That's David Rudiman. You're on board with him right now. He's in the 99 Aaron's machine right behind Leffler.
Rudiman's been fantastic today. His Toyota's been glued. That's what Michael Waltrip Racing needs. They've had such a bad luck so far this year, and Rudiman's really been doing a good job for him.
3 Toyotas in the race.
Look at that.
1, 2, 3.
Well, I wonder if that means anything, Andy. I don't know. Means they're having a good
fast,
day.
I can tell you that.
And these guys deserve a good day. That's great.
There you see what's going on the racetrack. The 70 there, that's Justin Dirks. He's multiple laps down and moves over and lets everybody go on by. Still a great race up front between the top 4, separated by a half a second.
I tell you, you got 2 fast cars in front of these guys. Johnny Sauter in that 37, that yellow car, and the 33 of Cale Gale. These guys have stayed in front of the leader for quite a few laps here. So if they can get back on the lead lap, they could be in contention.
You know, I was surprised how quick the 88 car Shane Huffman ran out of gas. He's 66 laps into the thing. We had it calculated with these guys were supposed to run 70 to 75 laps, but he ran out. Got lucky, got that thing refired. Got going. He's in 10th position right now. You know, Huffman's came from the Hooters Pro Cup Series. Dale Earnhardt Jr. watched him run. Huffman ran a lot of races, won a lot of races in that series. That's the reason Dale Jr. picked him. It's worked out good for him.
And you saw Cale Gale go to ride up the track. He is now a lap down again as he just could not hold the car down there. And there is Rudiman, followed by Blaney, and now Leffler. So all this action dicing back and forth. The lead keeps changing. We promised you when we left that the top 5 would change pretty quick, and it has.
They're changing every lap.
Yeah, the top 3 Toyotas, it's not, I'm not going to say it's surprising. It's kind of refreshing to see these guys struggle a lot and finally get themselves back up in front of these packs. Leffler's had a lot of problems with wrecking this year. It looks like he's having a good run going on right now. Kind of got that behind him.
So let's set it for you. It's David Rudiman, Dave Blaney, Jason Leffler, Scott Wimmer. They're all within 0.6 of a second of each other for the top 4. Then Carl Edwards rounds out your top 5 in the 60 car, 1.6 seconds behind. Let's get more on our race leader, David Rudiman. Vince?
Well, when Rudiman came in for that pit stop, he told his crew chief, Jerry Baxter, this car is bad tight, and I'm just plowing through the corners. They made a track bar adjustment and also took some air out of the right front. And since then, the car has been on the move. And you saw Dave Blaney go with Rudiman when he made that pass of Jason Leffler. Leffler got caught up with a little bit of traffic. Leffler doesn't like the tires that his car took on during that pit stop, so he doesn't feel as though the car is as good as it was on the first stint.
Well, and remember, you know, you guys talked about the Toyotas finally showing their stuff. Rudiman, his best finish so far this year has been 12th back at Mexico.
Yeah, he hasn't had the finishes to show for it, but he's had a fast car. This car's fast. It's really fast today. I'll be surprised if he doesn't get his best finish of the season. It looks awful strong right now.
I was telling you earlier in the show, I watched him at Richmond during that test. You could tell we're going to spin.
David Blaney spins it around, and Blaney was running in 3rd. Can he keep from having contact?
We didn't hit anything.
I'll tell you, that's some great driving by everybody.
I don't know if he got a little help in that, but that brings out our first caution on lap 86. Let's go back, take another look.
Yeah, these guys are racing hard, and we see the 10 car of Dave Blaney pass to Johnny Sauter. Looks like Johnny gets right up under the bumper, lifts him off the ground, spins him around.
Johnny tapped him in this front straightaway there, it looks like, and just got him right around. It looks like Blaney tried to pull down in front of him and just really got down too quick on him.
Johnny Sauter's lap car should be giving these guys a little more room.
Well, trying to get a lap back maybe, huh?
Well, that's not the leader. The 10 car wasn't the leader.
Lucky dog?
Yeah.
I believe Johnny Sauter's the first guy to get the lucky dog here now. Now here's a guy who did a real good job. Scott Wimmer. Look at this.
All these guys doing a great job. Scott Wimmer.
Come on. Good job, buddy.
Carl
Real
Edwards
good
coming
job.
behind them.
Andy, I tell you what, if you ever seen the movie Days of Thunder, it's just like that. The whole corner fills up with smoke. Are they going to go higher? Are they going to go low? Wimmer did a good job and slowed down. A spotter also helped him.
We've just gone through our longest stretch of green flag racing in the 07 season. Total of 86 laps before the yellow came out.
The one that stands the most to gain from this caution flag is the 37 car, and he's the one that brought it out.
Yeah, I have a feeling there might be a little discussion at the end of the day.
Could be.
Well, he will get the Aaron's lucky dog pass, as he is the first car
I'll tell you what,
a lap down.
To his benefit, Marty, that's, when you've got the leader pulled down in front of you like that, and it can suck the air right off you. So before we point fingers at Johnny Sutter, we'll have to take a look. Here we go.
All right, Jamie, pick it up for us.
Bobby Hamilton Jr. makes his way down pit road again in 6th position when he came in. Very happy with this car after that last stop. He was praying for it. Now he comes in. They're going to do 4 tires and full fuel. So far, the team is keeping it quick today. Vince?
The 99 car of David Rudiman. Rudiman still complaining of the car being tight. They're making an air pressure adjustment, but it's a good clean stop. Mike.
After the last pit stop, Scott Wimmer said the car was way too loose, so they'll reset the chassis to the way it was before, going up around on the track bar 4-tire change. Alan?
Carl Edwards said his car was better after the first pit stop and adjustments, but not there yet. So more air pressure and a wedge adjustment on the 60 car.
Oh, this is not a good view. That's the 99 car.
Stay on the bottom. You got to come in and let them remove it, then you can come back out.
So Rudiman, who came back out 4th off of pit road, is going to have to come back through because the catch can is still attached to the back of the car. So while he makes his way around, we're still under our first caution. Here's how it all happened. There you see the view as the guys are trying to pull off pit lane. We're coming right back. Back here in Nashville as we're getting ready to go back to green flag racing here on lap 90 of 225. The number 16 at Todd Cleaver is your race leader. The last time he led was here 1 year ago.
Marty, this is the first time since the start of the race we've seen them all boxed up this tight. 4 sticker tires on these cars, brand new Goodyear Eagles, gives you a lot of grip.
The 88 of Shane Huffman trying to take the lead, and he's going to do it.
Yeah, he's doing it on 2 tires. He got 2 tires that last stop. 16 just got fuel.
All right, let's set it for you. It is Huffman, your leader. Cleaver in the 16 is second. That one car, J.J. Yeley, he's the first car a lap down up front. Then the 60 car of Carl Edwards is third. Uh-oh, we've got trouble. The 21 of Peters is into the wall, and also the 77 of Curtis Davis. A third car as well tangled up in that, and that's the number 6 of David Reagan.
That 6 car's got some heavy damage on the left side. His window net comes down. That means he's okay. That's his sign to all the safety workers that he's okay.
Just start to say, guys, these guys
Can he just turn front?
They get real aggressive on these restarts with these sticker tires. Got a lot of grip. Means you can maneuver the car around a lot.
Yeah, you don't like seeing that kind of damage on the driver's side, but these guys, I can see them moving around in the car. Looks like they're going to be okay.
Curtis, if you were with us for qualifying, showed us his dance moves. He wasn't dancing too well there. And oh boy, here comes Tim Peters. I think he wants to say something.
He is mad.
I don't think he's happy. It's good to see that he's okay.
Yeah. I'm not sure how good it's going to be when he gets a hold of Curtis.
Well, I guess we know the culprit here.
And the ambulance pulls up right in front of our camera shot. Now we got a better angle of it. Well, he got his couple of cents in and decided, okay, that's enough. All right, let's go back and take you to the moment and show you what happened.
Okay, you see the 77 of Curtis Davis getting to turn 1. Oh, he just moves up into the back of Timothy Peters, loses it, loses his downforce, causes him to spin up into Timothy Peters and causes this big wreck. Andy, it looks like he just got in high, though. It looks like he couldn't get, it looks like Curtis Davis couldn't get that car down.
Yeah, but I can see why Timothy Peters was mad at Curtis Davis.
Let's take a look at this from the backside. Well, you know what? Look at that shot.
All right, what you got? Come on, you're good. Come on, get going. Right in front of you, checking up, going low. Good job, come on. You're good, nice job. Good job, Richard.
So our second caution of the day, and that means another unhappy camper.
Yeah, he was mad at somebody else yet. I don't know what happened there.
Everybody's upset right now.
Well, that was David Reagan, and I don't know exactly who he was pointing out there. We'll try and figure that out because his deal happened afterwards. There's your Aaron's lucky dog who's going to get the free pass this time on our second caution, and it is Mike Bliss. So that'll put 14 cars back on the lead lap here at Nashville Superspeedway. Obviously, we've got some cleanup to take care of. We'll take you on board with Bobby Hamilton one more time. You be the judge as to what happened as we're at Nashville, race number 7 of the Busch season. And welcome back to the Pepsi 300 here at Nashville. We're under our second caution of the day. Let's take you back and show you why we are under this second caution. This was the second incident involving Steve Wallace right behind David Reagan.
21 car. Timothy Peters and Curtis Davis get in and everybody starts checking up. It looks like the 66 got in the back of Reagan as we're all slowing down. Let's go to the inboard. Let's see what happens there.
Still there. Still got a spinner in front of you. Wave them off. Slow. Keep her down. All clear. You okay, Steven?
Yeah, we see David Reagan is mad at Stephen Wallace, but you know, all these guys just trying to avoid the wreck. I'm sure that it wasn't intentional by no means, and you know, just contact because of the wreck in front of them.
Alan, you've got more on the 66 car?
I'll update on the damage to the car. They knocked the left front hood pin out, so they had to take one of those big tape patches and put it over hold the hood down in place, keep that from vibrating. And Steven's comments on the radio, he said he saw the stack up in front of him, got on the brakes, barely got into the back of the 6 car, and then he said, it's not like I was trying to wreck him.
Yeah, that was pretty obvious that he wasn't trying to wreck him. It was unintentional. They were all trying to avoid the wreck. I can understand the frustration, though, from David Reagan. He just wanted to have a good finish and got caught up in the wreck, and he just had to have somebody to take it out on.
He did have a pretty good race car. It's not looking as good now as it was earlier.
I remember they used to put that stuff called, they used to put black tape on the hood now, but now they get the stuff called Bear Bond. It really sticks to the car really good, Marty, and they can do a lot of repairs to these cars. You'll see this black stuff on a lot of the cars out there as the race goes on. It's called Bear Bond. It's a good way to fix a hole in the front of the car or fix a damaged car.
Ready, green.
You heard the call. We're back to green flag racing here at Nashville with 98 of 225 complete. Down the backstretch, that's Shane Huffman in the Chevrolet, the leader. Todd Cleveland, Carl Edwards, 2 Fords in second and third. Scott Wimmer in the 29 is fourth. Jason Leffler is fifth.
All these crew chiefs down there are paying attention to this because the 88 car just took 2 tires on that last pit stop. A lot of these other guys taking 4. And if you see that 88 car hold the lead and run good on these 2 tires, you'll see these other guys later maybe changing their strategy for the end of the race.
Alan, what's the word from the 88 camp?
Got a couple quick things to update on Shane Huffman's team. First of all, remember on the first pit stop, he ran out of fuel coming down the pit lane, and then when I was describing the pit stop, a tire rolled away. I said there'll be a penalty for that. Well, there was, but it wasn't to this team because it wasn't their tire. It came through their pits from another car. They took the 2 tires to try and get the track position back that they lost when they ran out of fuel coming down the pit lane. That's why Wes Ward called for just the right side tires a minute ago.
So far, it looks like a good call, too.
But the big question will be is what happens as if this is another long run.
Yeah, that's why everybody's paying attention. I'm watching this real close myself just to see if there's a strategy that could play out here. I was watching these lap times from that first run, and they seemed to hold very consistent. Wasn't a lot of fall off in the tires. So these guys, you know, 2 tires really makes a lot of sense when you've got, you know, tires that'll hold up good like that and not fall off.
Yeah, you know, we saw earlier around 55 laps, the tires really started falling off. In fact, many cars lost about 3/10, and so I think the 2 tires might fall off faster for Huffman.
Yeah, if you look at the last lap, it was a 29.43. That's close to as fast as some of the cars qualified. So, you know, when tire holds up that well, he's got just two new right sides and had lefts that had about 20 laps on them. So, you know, this is going to be a good strategy, and the other guys are going to pay attention, and you'll see more of this before the race is over.
Wow, one of this is going on out on the racetrack. Timothy Peters is out of this race, and Jamie Little's caught up with him.
Well, we saw him very frustrated on the track. Timothy, what happened?
You just can't help ignorance, but you know, I'd like to thank Richard Childress Racing, Chevrolet, AutoZone for giving me an awesome opportunity here at Nashville. I had such a good car, but seems like I get all what I need at Family Dollar.
What did you see from your perspective?
He just took me out. That was it.
Tough day for Timothy Peters, guys. He's trying to make his fame here, you know, on this 21 car, the championship-winning car from last year, and he just can't get a break. We got a crash on the track, guys.
And the number 9 of Boris Said is into the wall, and not a good way for Boris to
fired up.
get on the television broadcast.
Sorry, man, you got it.
It sounded like he was saying somebody might have gotten into him, giving him a little help on that.
Yeah, we got to check.
Big damage in the back. I just barely got in the wall. Deck lid's bent.
Boris was running about.
ready to knock the deck lid down.
Well, Boris said he just barely got in the wall. If he looked at what that car looks right now, he wouldn't say that. That thing is tore up.
Well, he was only 1 lap down, and he was running about 17th when the crash occurred.
He had a good run going. Doesn't take a lot of impact to make a lot of damage like that. It felt like a light tap to Boris, but it did a lot of damage.
Well, let's go back. Keep an eye on the number 9 right there. There's Jason Leffler. And it looks like they did have some contact, guys.
Yeah, it looks like Jason moved up just a little bit, and the 9 was there and kind of coming down. They kind of came together.
It's like going to a crossroads. Boris was running out of room because the groove is still not wide enough. A lot of oil dry and tire rubber up there. He was about as high as he could in that lane, and it looks like Leffler was higher than he's been all day, and both just ran out of real estate on that one.
Well, we'll wait to see if anybody decides to pit. Remember, this is our 3rd caution, and it happens here on lap number 104. Tough break for Boris Said. He's going to stay out, though, because they want to try and fix it. Pits are not open yet, but Shane Huffman is still your race leader with Todd Cleaver running in 2nd. We have had a total of 8 different leaders, 12 lead changes here at Nashville, and I don't think it's over yet.
Let's take a look at the race highlights in our Holiday Inn race rundown. David Stremme set the track record in qualifying, but a bad pit stop cost him. Lost a tire, you see it up top. He'd get penalized. Then Toyota running well. 1 point, all 3 Toyotas in the top 5. Rudiman was your leader. Then Jason Leffler took the lead and was looking good, but it wasn't all good news. Dave Blaney wrecked, bringing out our first caution, and David Rudiman's pit crew had an issue with his gas catch can in the car as he's pulling away. Then we saw some heated tempers, drivers getting feisty during wrecks, and then afterwards, David Reagan upset with Stephen Wallace after Reagan checked up. And those, of course, your race rundown. Now let's send it over to our crew chief who knows a little something about the brakes and checking up. Here's Tim Brewer.
Thanks, Eric. What you got today, you got some of these guys that go down the corner and they roll through real great. And that's good. But then you got people that use a lot of brakes. That's the reason you see these nice shiny wheels. After a pit stop, they're black. They got a lot of brake dust. What the crew chiefs do, they have a tendency to pull this little tape off the grill right here. That'll let air flow right through this area right here, into the brake ducts, into the fan down here. It's going to take heat out of the brakes, which transfers to the wheels, that increases air pressure in the front tires. That's the reason the cars don't turn in the middle of the corner. They're overusing the brake. They build up a lot of air pressure in the tires, makes them really rigid. That's the reason the cars go down the corner and just kind of skate up the hill. You open all this up and cool that down, contain that brake temperature, you contain the air pressure, makes the car turn through the middle of the corner, makes it better for everybody. Back up to the tower.
All right, thanks, Tim, and our Chevy Cutaway car. For more on this, log on to ESPN.com. Your search word is Autotech.
Yeah, we just saw David Rudiman's car. And the first run, the big long green run we had, his front wheels got real dark. That brake dust got on there. You could tell he was using a lot of brake. And by the end of that run, he said his car was really pushing. So just like what Tim was saying, if they can't control that heat, it builds that pressure up in that right front, makes the car push. And they just probably need to get a little air out and then get a little more air on the brakes.
Remember that crash we had a couple of laps ago? Well, we had one side of it. Let's hear from Curtis Davis, the other side. Jamie?
Curtis Davis, unhappy. Curtis, your side of the story. What happened?
Well, it's misfortunate. You know, I had my gloves pulled up over my elbows. I'm racing back, trying to get to Lucky Dog. I felt like I was low as I could go. I felt like I gave the 21 plenty of room. Maybe not. Might have been my fault, but who knows who's to blame. But I'm sure my boss man and myself, as in Kevin, will look at it, review it, go over it. But I was just happy to be back in the seat. You know, I was giving it my all. We had a good car, making a good run, I felt like. You know, some misfortune, we got a lap down there, but we was come back strong and hard. My guys worked really hard, Wally Rogers and Dollar General Stores. What about them? It's a great sponsor. And for the Pepsi 300, I could hear that guitar strumming, but it's misfortunate we didn't make it to the end. Maybe next time in June.
All right, Marty, let's go back to the track as we get ready to go green.
Rusty, you want to try and talk to our in-race reporter?
Sam Hornish, Rusty Wallace, ESPN.
Hello.
Sam, it looks like you got a lap down with a flat right rear tire. You're 2 down, but you got a good car. Can you get them back?
It's going to be tough, but you know, we're just going to try to get as much out of it as we can, try to finish the race. And, you know, it's unfortunate. I made a mistake trying to get the pits going a little bit too fast, and that cost us. But we'll see what we can do.
All right, Sam, gain that experience, man. Keep the fenders on it. We're pulling for you. Thanks a lot for talking to us.
Sam right now 23rd, 2 laps down, and again, that's all part of that learning experience, how to handle these big, heavier cars, just getting in and out of pit lane.
Marty's just got to stay in the racetrack and do what he's doing right now. Get that track time. That's what he needs.
All right, as we get ready to go back to green, the first 9 did not pit.
Green.
There's the call. We're underway again at Nashville. Down the backstretch, that's Shane Huffman, the leader. The 4 car right in front of him is Smith, and he's trying to get his lap back. Regan is 1 lap down.
That's the old-fashioned way of getting your lap back. Race around the leader.
I'll tell you what, when you're 1 lap down, you sit leader in your tail. You're driving qualifying laps out there, just like Curtis Davis said. I had my gloves pull up to my elbows trying to get that lap back.
And guess what, guy? Here comes Carl Edwards. He just got around for 2nd place. He put Todd Cleaver back to 3rd.
Marty, we've been waiting for this all day long. We're at lap 111 right now. We're just about halfway through this race. We knew Edwards was going to be strong. He's been patient throughout the day, Andy.
He has been very patient. He's had a really fast car. Right before this last caution, I was looking at his lap times, and they were faster by far than the other guys.
Just about the time I was getting ready to say, here comes Edwards, we go to caution. Or here comes Edwards again, and something else happened.
You're riding on board right now with Bobby Hamilton Jr. He is running in 4th, and you can see how close it is between 2nd, 3rd, and 4th place. Huffman has opened up about 0.8 of a second lead over Edwards in the 60 car.
The 2-tire change is definitely the right move to get him up in the clean air so he doesn't have to get back there and wear his tires out. Andy, racing against these guys. So if that front end starts pushing on that car, you can start skating that left front tire, because that left front tire is one of the most important corners on the car. And if you ruin that thing with a 2-tire change, you can be in trouble. But he's got that clean air, and he's not hurting anything right now.
Yeah, that clean air is worth a lot. I'd say a lot of times getting out front, getting that clean air is better than having 4 tires.
Well, I didn't know if that was going to work here or not. It looked like with the cars all falling off around lap 55, it didn't seem to hurt the 88 car of Shane Huffman. And I really like that call they made for 2. That's a real nervy call.
Let's check in on the battle for 5th place right now. David Rudiman has it. Scott Wimmer wants it. And there you look out the back of Rudiman's Toyota. And he managed to pull away a little bit.
That's a great shot. These cars running side by side. You see Wimmer clear the car.
Now on these concrete tracks, is it that rough in the cockpit? Is it that much vibration we're seeing?
Marty, on a concrete racetrack, the tracks are kind of, they vibrate. They're small bumps. They're not big potholes and big real rough parts of the racetrack like we see at some of these other tracks. I would tell you that as a driver on a concrete racetrack, you almost feel a vibration through your steering wheel. That's the input that you get back from that concrete track. It's just not as smooth as asphalt.
Yeah, I've had drivers tell me it's more like a washboard almost. It's a real high-frequency chatter, like a wheel chatter, more than it is just hitting bumps. And I think it's just the nature of concrete is just hard to lay down exactly flat like it is asphalt.
And you go down that garage area, a lot of these guys have got the coil bind stuff figured out. We've talked about it forever. But the next black art is working on the shock absorbers. When you get to concrete track, we talk about it all the time. But look at this lead getting ready to heat up right now, Marty.
Yeah, Carl Edwards is closing in on Shane Huffman in the 88. Let's check in with Alan Bestwick. What's going on with the 60?
Marty, one of the big topics of discussion in NASCAR racing all week is teammates racing for a victory together. After the Jeff Gordon, Jimmy Johnson finish in Martinsville last Sunday, Carl Edwards and his teammate Todd Cleaver right behind him in the 16 car. They could be racing here for the lead shortly as Edwards works on Shane Huffman. Little under caution radio traffic between the two a moment ago.
Was that first field down here in 3? He just spun out. You did a great job, man. I was sliding as well up towards the wall. I just buckled in, thought I was going to, how you crouch down. I thought I was smoking the wall, and all of a sudden it took a bite and turned left, so then I couldn't see nothing. But it looked good. Looked like you had it under control, no problem. I really didn't, man. I was just along for the ride. Thanks, though.
Little chat about the race. Carl always has a good time behind the wheel. He's having a better time now. He just took the lead. Edwards back out in front, worked on this car hard all race long, guys. So far, they've got the handling now where he's out on point.
Oh, yeah, and he's had some success here in the past. Of course, he won here in June of last year. Also finished 4th in 05, 5th in April of 06. Take a look at the Roush Fenway Racing team, and you can see 1st, 3rd, and 35th.
Yeah, David Reagan out of the race for that last crash, but these other two teammates are strong, running 1st and 3rd. And you heard that conversation on the radio. I bet it won't be that jovial if it gets down to the end of the race and they're racing as hard as Jimmy Johnson and Jeff Gordon were last week.
I'd have to say you're right. With Carl Edwards out there, with all that experience he's got, and really got that car handling good. Todd Cleaver's really got to be loving that because he can go over there and ask for that setup off that the car of Carl Edwards, the 60 car. I'm sorry, the 60 car of Carl Edwards. And as a young guy like Cleaver, you really got to be loving that part. You can tap off of his advice. A lot of guys, you talk about Jimmy Johnson, Jeff Gordon, guys like that, they both kind of like their own thing. Yeah, they got open books to each other's setup and stuff, but this is a different story. You got a veteran and a young guy. If I'm that young guy, I'm going to want to see that setup.
Yeah, that's one of the advantages of a multi-car team is that kind of cooperation between the teams. They can just go over there and open up the book, look at the setup. Hey, if we're good, we'll give them our setup. If not, we need yours.
Yeah, and that's a great point because, if you're not going to sit there and go, hey, I'm going to try to figure this out. Let's cut our losses right now. Go to the teammate that's fast, put that setup in the car. Let's work from that point.
Yeah, right now, Carl Edwards is the guy. Here he is trying to put a lap on Regan Smith in the 4. And that 4 car's been super fast since the restart.
Jamie, let's check in with you and find out what's going on.
Well, 44-year-old Boris Said is sitting in his car watching the race as his team goes to work replacing the entire deck lid. Even team owner Ray Evernham is standing here going back to his roots as crew chief. Ray, I see you jumping in here with the team. Are you guys going to get back out on the track today?
Yeah, we'll try and get our Stanley Tools Dodge out and try and make some more points and maybe get Boris a little bit more experience. He was having some fun. It's hard to tell from that angle who got into who, but we want to go ahead and get him back out there, get some more airtime for Stanley.
Well, Boris, that guy's road course specialist, but he still has a learning curve here on the ovals, Marty.
And they've still got some work to do to get him back out.
Yeah, I didn't know Ray Evernham could still work on these race cars. I thought he was up on top of the pit box, up in the suites.
You'll get a phone call tomorrow.
Yeah, it's good to see him down there getting his hands dirty.
Well, we had him in our pit studio for the last couple of weeks. He's done a great job there, and I think he decided to get down and work in the car a little bit. He was starting to miss it.
Well, Carl Edwards has gotten around Regan Smith, so Regan's now a lap down in 16th place. There's the battle for second, and here goes Todd Cleaver, got around Shane Huffman, so a new second place with Shane Huffman taking over the spot.
Feels like a damn loose wheel.
Sounded like somebody was talking about maybe a loose wheel. We'll have to keep our ears peeled for that. Meanwhile, Carl Edwards, are you surprised? He's out front. He is our 9th different leader with 13 lead changes. And we've still got a lot of... Well, just as we come back to Nashville Superspeedway, we are under our 4th caution, brought out on lap number 127, a one-car incident involving Johnny Sauter. Let's take you back, show you what happened. He's on the 37, Sam Hornish underneath him.
It looks like Sam gets a little bit loose, chases it up the hill, nowhere to go, but into the 37 car. He's just along for the ride.
It's Errol Loose.
We're on board with Mike Wallace.
You know, guys, that's just a classic case of getting loose. You get in a corner, your loss is there.
Looks like he had a little bit of a run. He gets down underneath the 37.
Hey, ooh, that hurt. Doggone, that second one got me up here. Hurt me up here.
And obviously that's not a one-car incident, that's 2. Oh, that hurt.
That's some high-definition audio there.
So now you get all the angles that were possible, and you know why we're under this 4th caution. All the pit stops happened during the commercial break. Pretty much everybody stayed in lockstep. There's the damage on Sam Hornish's car. And if you were tuned into the IndyCar race here this past year, he had his one big crash here in turn 2. He finished 14th in that race. That was his worst finish of the year on his way to the IndyCar Championship. Stay with us, more from Nashville. Back here as we're getting ready to go green at Nashville Superspeedway, working lap 130 of 225. We're about to conclude our 4th caution. Jason Leffler in the 38 is our race leader because he, if you remember, pitted the yellow prior, the 3rd caution, so he stayed out. And we heard from Alan Bestwick during the break, big break for the 60 car of Carl Edwards. He did have a loose tire.
He had loose right front lug nuts. He came in, the caution flag came out. They weren't going to pit, but he did and fixed it. He's back in the game right now.
So it's Leffler in the 38. Stephen Light in the 90 is second. As they come through turns 3 and 4, it is Jason Leffler out in front of Stephen Light, then Carl Edwards. Todd Cleaver is shown in 4th, and rounding out the top 5 is Shane Huffman.
Well, I tell you what, Marty, every time in these restarts, I just cringe because these guys got these fresh tires and they're driving their brains out, and they catch right up and they're running so tight. And Andy, I get concerned about this Errol Loose that happened to Sam Hornish. Sam drove in there side by side with the 37 car of Johnny Sauter, and when that happens, you just get loose. That car took off and got up into Sauter, and I believe it's just experience. With that, he'll get better. But you know what? Just about the time I say that, I see all the veterans doing that a lot.
Yeah, well, Sam Hornish, too, he doesn't really quite understand or hasn't experienced every situation with these stock cars like he has with open wheel cars. And these things have a different characteristic. When they get side by side, we've also got a nose to tail type Errol Loose, but when you get them side by side, they take that side force away, and you just lose that side force, and the back end comes out from under it.
Well, the reason for our last caution was the contact between Sam Hornish and, of course, Johnny Sauter. Johnny is out of the car, and Jamie Little's caught up with him. No, we got another crash. Hold on, Jamie.
Behind you.
That is Richard Johns, the 25 into the wall, along with, it looks like the 22.
He ran right in the side of us, boys. We're all right. Fired.
The 27. It's Jason Keller in the Dollar General machine.
I gave him enough room, did I not? He just ran right into you. Get it fired if you can and keep digging. Come on.
So quickly, we've had 3 cautions up, bang, bang, bang.
This is Errol Loose again, the same problem.
Exactly
Jason
what we were
Keller,
talking about.
Exactly the same thing that happened with the 12 car of Sam Hornish a little while ago.
I see why you cringe when you see him going there.
Well, I tell you,
well, Richard Johns, he was an intern 6 years ago for Ed Renzi's team. He's normally an engineer on the 35 car. This was his first Busch start, and you're looking at the end of it right there. Stay with us. you can tell, it's been a contact sport today here at Nashville Superspeedway. Let's go back to 2 cautions ago, find out what happened with Sam Hornish, our in-race reporter.
Sam Hornish, Rusty Wallace, ESPN, you got us? Sam Hornish, Rusty Wallace, ESPN, you got us?
I copy you.
Sam, it looks like you got in the corner and the car just got loose on you. You got up into Johnny Sauter's. Is that what happened?
Pretty much so. Just, got just a touch loose, and I moved up the track just a little bit, and, then we touched, and which made the loose a lot worse. But, unfortunate thing is just trying to get by him clean, and the car stepped out on me a little bit. But, I don't know, we're still running, trying to not be a pinball anymore. So, the car's a little bit tough to control right now, but that's what we do.
All right, Sam, thanks for talking to us.
And we're hoping to check in with Jamie Little. In fact, we are being told that she has caught up with the other guy involved in this incident with Sam Hornish. Jamie?
That's right, Johnny Sauter. We talked about him at the beginning of the race. He had a great run going, and then the run-in with Sam Hornish Jr. What happened, Johnny?
What did it look like?
A hard hit. We're looking at it behind you.
It's just the way it goes. I mean, first of all, I want to thank Bruco Motorsports, everybody at Cub Cadet, Tractor Supply, it's their hometown race, for giving me this opportunity. And thought I was going to have the weekend off, but I got the opportunity to come here and race, and that's always a good thing. So I don't know. It didn't take Sam Hornish very long to get used to full-body stock cars, did it?
There you go. Marty?
All right, thanks, Jamie. So now you got both sides of the story. Sam Hornish continues out on the track, though, in 23rd place. He's 2 laps down as you get one more look at what happened between those two. We're getting ready to go green again here. We've just gone back to green flag racing here at Nashville Superspeedway. 85 laps to go, and your race leader is Jason Leffler in the 38. Stephen Light in the 90 is in second. Carl Edwards is third. And Todd Cleaver rounds out your top 4 with Shane Huffman in 5th. It looks like Edwards has gotten around Light now as we were giving you the rundown, and he's setting sail trying to track down the 38 of Jason Leffler. Now remember, Leffler and Light, they pitted back on laps 107 and 105 respectively, and Edwards pitted on lap 128.
They've got themselves on a sequence just a little bit from everybody. They got themselves up in the front. They both got good cars, but I believe they got up in the front by the series of pit stops, Marty.
Let's get more on the 38 car. Vince?
Well, the pit window for Jason Leffler will open up at about lap 154, so that's in about 13 laps, but they can go to lap 186. Then they're going to have to make a decision. They've talked about their pit stop strategy in that final stop, saying if they have to stop under green, they'll take 2. If they stop under yellow, they'll take 4. But right now, they've got plenty of time, another 44 laps before they have to make that decision. Remember, he kind of dodged a bullet when he made contact with Boris Said earlier in the race, did a little damage to the right front, but they were able to pull it out, and the car is handling fine for Leffler.
Well, the other thing is, guys, which race are we going to see? The first 86 laps, we went caution-free, and since then, I mean, we've had 4 others.
Cautions breed cautions, Marty. They talk about it all the time. It seems like the restarts were the problem was.
Yeah, we're watching this little graphic we got on the screen is called Draft Tracks. And we see it's got the draft boost. We see Jason Leffler as the leader, and that's who we're looking at. And he's getting a little bit of a boost, about 17 horsepower, 20 horsepower from just the push from that 60 car. Comes with a little bit of penalty sometimes in downforce.
Looking underneath, here comes Carl Edwards. He's got the low line. He's going to retake the lead. So for the second time today, Carl Edwards is your race leader. 14th different lead change between 9 different drivers.
Jason Leffler just trying to do something here for track position, try to get that clean air. Looks like it's working for him pretty good. He's able to hang with Carl.
Take a look now as we move back a little further in the field. The battle for 9th and 10th. The 20 car of Eric Almirola. He is trying to chase down Bobby Hamilton Jr.
You know, it takes a while for these guys to let the tire pressures come up after these restarts. We've talked about it all day long, and I'm noticing big differences. After these guys run about 10 laps, boy, they really start separating, and some of them really start speeding up, and it's more changes than I've been accustomed to, Andy. It's really this particular racetrack being concrete like it is, and being its unique 1.3-mile shape, and at 14 degrees, seems like it's created a different style race. I'm not for sure it's a bad one. I think it's pretty good.
I love it. I like all this stuff where they're going back and forth, and the leaderboard's changing, and you see these guys, and one guy will be good for a little while, and then here's another guy that's good.
Well, we've managed to catch up with Richard Johns. His first NASCAR Busch race did not end the way he wanted it to. How about it, Jamie?
Well, today was a dream come true for him. Unfortunately, it ended early, but your work is not done. You're the lead engineer for the 35 car. He's been in the top 10 all day, Richard. How do you take off one hat as a driver and put your hat on as engineer now and watch your car?
I couldn't really hear what you said there, but you know, it is good that Bobby's having a great run there, running ninth spot right there. But you know, I thought I was having a pretty decent day. Didn't start off that great, but we were working on it, got the car pretty good, and we were able to run some good laps with the freecreditreport.com Ford Fusion. And I'm not really sure what happened there, but you know, just got hit in the left rear and ended up in the fence. It was a little disappointing end, but you know, we got Bobby out there for Team Renzi, and hopefully we'll be able to come out with a strong finish with him.
Pretty incredible story there, Marty. He'll be back in the office and back to work as an engineer on Monday.
And a tough way to end the day, but he did well for himself. As you saw there, Dave Blaney has gotten around David Ruderman for 6th on the racetrack. Right now, nobody has anything for Carl Edwards. He's opened up a 1.1 second lead, and he's already got a huge lead in the points championship, and he could add to it today. We talked to him about the points.
We've run 6 races, so that leaves, what, like 28 left or something? There's really not, I mean, right now, to me, is not the time to be worrying about the championship, you know, as far as thinking about winning it. You know, it's just that right now what we're focused on is trying to go out and earn the most points we can. And we've had that mentality since day one, and we've had enough luck and things have worked out that we do have a big point lead.
You know what I love about you drivers? You always say, oh, no, I'm not worried about the points. I'm not worried about the points throughout the season. And then at the end of the year, when you get the championship trophy, yeah, I was worried about them all the time.
Well, he gets a little irritated, you know. As a driver, they'll say, what about the points? You're 5 or 6 into it. I said, man, we're 28 to go, just like you said. Let's talk about something else. Let's talk about how good my car's been running or something.
Well, one of the problems is these guys, they don't like the pressure of the points. It's always there. They just don't want to talk about it right now. They're thinking about points. They just don't want us talking about it.
As a driver, I can tell you, when I was driving a car and a reporter comes to me and he asked me a question, sometimes you want to filter out the ones you don't want to hear. You know, and if that wasn't a question you were looking for, you might get a little mad.
All right, we're down to 74 laps to go. Carl Edwards has opened up a 2-second lead over Jason Leffler. And then Todd Cleaver's in 3rd. Then it drops back to Shane Huffman, and Stephen Light rounds out your top 5. We always talk about this. Somehow, some way, Cream seems to rise to the top in these events. All of a sudden, here's Edwards. We're getting close to the home stretch. Now he's opening up a bit of a lead.
Yeah, we hadn't seen him up front, at least leading the race as far as he is right now. And now all of a sudden, here we are. Like you said, 73 laps to go, and here he is, the guy to beat.
Well, I think one of the pleasant surprises that I'm seeing is Shane Huffman running 4th in the Navy car. I mean, he's been solid all week long. And we talked earlier, he got messed up in that qualifying thing with that dirty track. But he's been a real good surprise to see up there.
There you see board on Todd Cleaver. His highest was in the lead, the lowest, and right now he's doing fine as he runs 3rd. But meanwhile, that man runs up front. Carl Edwards, as we've got 72 laps to go at Nashville Super Speedway. Does he do it again? Come back, find out.
A slugfest at Bristol, Tennessee.
Some confusion of where the pit road was open.
Over the radio, we were saying that pit road was open, but the signal at the driver's seat was still red.
NASCAR, please help us out. That's twice I've gotten stumped today because of lap cars.
Carl Edwards takes the victory.
Man, that is awesome.
Welcome back to the NASCAR Busch Series at Nashville, presented by Tractor Supply Company. And in the last Busch race, Carl Edwards won at Bristol, starting to insert himself this season and today. So Brad Doherty, is this the beginning of the end for the rest of the field?
I was wondering if Carl Edwards could play the guitar. I believe he may need to hone up on his lessons. Yeah, he looks like he's pulling away. He's definitely class of the field. But hey, what about a shout out to Shane Huffman and Stephen Light? They've run well too.
Yeah, I mean, I think you're exactly right. We seen it in practice. Carl's car was absolutely unbelievable. Everybody said, all right, don't pick Carl. Who else is going to win? Because everybody felt like he was going to win. He's got an awful fast race car. You know, he's further ahead in points right now than Kevin was at this point last year. So I would say Katie bar the doors.
2/3 of the way through. The first third gave us 86 caution-free laps. Middle third riddled with wrecks and some feisty drivers. Will the final third be the Carl Edwards show? Let's go back up to the booth.
All right, thanks, Eric. Well put, guys. I mean, Edwards has opened up a 3.1 second lead. You just saw a pass. That was for 7th as Scott Wimmer got around Stephen Light for that 7th position. They are 9 seconds behind the race leader. But right now, the big question is, while those two, and then now you see Wimmer even opening up a little bit of ground, is there anything left in anybody else's tank for Carl? Because he's starting to open it up.
Well, they get to make one more pit stop, maybe make another change. So I wouldn't cut the check yet if I was Carl.
No, I wouldn't do that yet. We're talking 63 laps to go. These guys can run about 65 laps on fuel. So if they pit right now, they can make it. And when they pit, everybody's going to make their final little changes. If we have a caution flag, this thing's going to change everything, guys.
That's Kyle Krizeloff in the 14 car. He's about to go 3 laps down. He's in 22nd position. In fact, we've got 16 cars on the lead lap, then another 4 cars that are 1 lap down. Right now, you're looking at Jason Leffler, a former winner here. Guess who the other former winner in the field is? That's right, Carl Edwards. They're running 1-2 with Todd Cleaver, Shane Huffman, and Dave Blaney rounding out your top 5.
Yeah, Leffler, he has got a solid-looking car all day long here, Andy. I've been watching the thing get through the corner. He's running really hard through the center of the corner, making a lot of ground up right there. This fella's got that thing handling good. I continue to be happy with the way Shane Huffman's looking. Good, solid run for him.
Yeah, but we got the 10 car, Dave Blaney. After his spin there on the front straightaway, he's recovered nicely.
Let's get more on the 10 car, Vince. What's going on?
Well, Dave Blaney says that he's loose at the beginning of his run, but the longer runs are beneficial to him because the longer they run, the better the car gets and the better the car comes to him. So right now, Blaney's very happy with this car, and he's been happy throughout the majority of the day. Obviously, was a little bit upset about that previously mentioned incident with the car. He's very happy with and thinks he's going to have a good, strong finish here, and certainly looks that way right now.
Well, you're on board with Sam Hornish, who's several laps down. He is giving ground to both these guys. If Huffman can keep Blaney in check and finish 4th, that would be a career best finish for him here in the Busch Series.
Yeah, that'd be a great finish for him. His car's run good. He's led the race today.
Well, I just watched Carl Edwards a little while ago. It ran a 29.69, Marty. That was one of the fastest laps in this last 10-lap run. I think the next quickest car was David Rudiman, about a 29.95. So, man, Carl, when he steps on it, he can put that baby in a different zip code if he wants to, it seems like.
And meanwhile, here is that battle continuing. Blaney wants to deny him that career best finish as Huffman is in 4th, and he wants it. Let's talk about pit stop strategy because we've got 58 laps to go. One more stop.
Yeah, some of these guys were probably thinking about maybe taking on 2 tires for track position, and it doesn't look like that'd be a bad idea. You know, if I'm Carl Edwards, I'd probably take 4 just to take the safe route because you got such a big lead. But some of these other guys, if they want a chance to beat him, they may have to gamble a little bit.
You know, it seems like the Busch races tend to have some caution flags at the end. If I just came down pit road and put 2 tires on and a caution flag came out, I believe it'd be the wrong call. I'd be concerned about that one. Only looking back at the history.
You've always been a 4-tire guy, though, Rusty.
Well, I always do 4 tires. I don't gamble even when I go to Vegas. I don't even know how to do it, man. I know I put dollars in the slot machine and these dollar things. It takes my money every time.
Well, Blaney has just zipped around the 88 of Shane Huffman, and here comes David Rudiman back into the picture. So this is a 3-car battle, 4th, 5th, and 6th right there.
Toyotas are continuing to run strong. You know, they need a good solid race to really see what they got here today in this Tractor Supply Pepsi 300, whatever we're going to call it, right?
Right now, Toyota's running 2nd with Leffler, 4th with Blaney, 6th with Rudiman, and that's the 3 Toyotas in the field.
Yeah, it seems like you're talking about cream rising to the top. They seem like they have had a few problems with Blaney with his spin and Rudiman earlier, but you know, these guys seem to, like cream, just rising to the top.
So we've got pit stops coming up. And Carl Edwards is 4 seconds ahead of Jason Leffler. We're in Music City, USA. Who's going to play the tune here in Nashville today? NHRA Power Drag Racing Series rolls into Las Vegas next week. 4 races into the season. Already, records have been broken in 3 of the 4 classes. Tune in for qualifying Saturday, April 14th, 6 Eastern. The final Sunday, April 15th at 7 Eastern, ESPN2 HD. And we've been talking about shocks and springs. Of course, they have that in Pro Stock, not in Top Fuel or Funny Car. But let's find out what's going on with the shocks and springs setup here. Let's check in with Tim Brewer.
Thanks, Marty. We're going to give you folks at home a perfect illustration of every time you turn around you hear about coil bind. Well, this is about a 400-pound spring that we run in the front of these cars. What that is, that's an installed spring in this area right here. And what we're going to do, we're going to put you a simulation here together. See how the spring's 8.5 inches tall. Well, that's great, isn't it? But well, this is what the spring actually looks like when it's in the pocket in the car with air pressure on the front of the car in the center of the corner with the banking on there. We go through the inspection height. This air dam's approximately 7 to 8 inches in the air. But when we compress this spring, that puts this air dam approximately a ½ inch off the ground. Everybody wants to know what coil bound is. This is the coil that's bound up that enables the air dam to get on the racetrack, make solid downforce that keeps the car running fast around the racetrack. Now you've seen coil bound. Back up to you, Marty.
Great explanation, Tim. For more, log on to ESPN.com. Your search word is Autotech.
Yeah, that was a great illustration Tim Brewer gave us of the coil bind setup. People ask me every week, what does that mean when they say a coil bind setup? Well, that was about the best illustration or explanation that we've seen.
Yellow's out. Debris, turn 3.
We've got debris in turn 3. Our 6th caution of the day. We'll look over towards turn number 3. So Steve Wallace had just gone a lap down. He'll get the Aaron Lucky Dog pass and get back on the lead lap. And Carl Edwards' 5+ second lead just went bye-bye.
And we had a report they had loose lug nuts again on the right front wheel. So this is another chance to get that thing looked at.
And there is Steven. This caution gives him the Aaron Lucky Dog free pass. The first driver 1 lap down, now gets back on the lead lap.
Well, he's got an incentive. If he can get this car in the top 10, his sponsor, John Bean, has bought him a bright, shiny watch. It's worth a lot of money. He said, Steven, if you get your first top 10, I'm going to give you this baby. That Lucky Dog helped that cause.
Okay, we're into the final pit stop window. Do you take 2 or do you take 4?
Well, it depends on what position you're in. If I'm Carl Edwards, I'm going to take 4 tires because that car's been so good. Even if he comes out with not having the lead again or a track position, I think he can drive his way back up there. The other guys, though, I think they're going to, maybe somebody will have to take a little bit of a gamble here. If they want to beat him, they're going to have to get in front of him somehow.
We'll find out soon. Pits should be opening here shortly. It is Edwards, Leffler, Cleveland, Blaney, and Huffman, your top 5 coming into pit lane. The question will be, what will it look like when they come back out? 44 laps to go here at Nashville.
This is what we call a money stop. Last stop of the day. This is the one that's going to be, you're going to get paid off on this one.
And we talked about cold hands leading to bad pit stops. And we talked about that loose lug nut, the first one that Carl Edwards had. If he had another one here, this is a big break for that team.
Well, one thing that happens when you have a loose lug nut, it causes you to maybe have another one later.
All right, let's check in with Jamie Little because here comes everybody on the lead lap.
One of the happiest drivers in the field, Stephen Light. They had 1 lap to go until they had to come in. They would be out of fuel. This played right into their hands. They're going to come in 1 round down on that track bar, full fuel, 4 tires, guys. He's going to get back out and try to maintain that top 5 running position. The best we've seen the 90 car all year.
The 38 car of Jason Leffler taking on 4 tires and 1.5 cans of fuel. No chassis adjustment. Leffler likes the race car. Mike.
Scott Wimmer says the car's handling pretty good, but there's a big concern underneath the hood. He says the motor's running flat. They're concerned that it's being overflowed by fuel coming through the carburetor. That's an issue. Alan.
Close race off of pit road. Carl Edwards 10 laps before the yellow came out. called in, said he had another vibration, thought it was another loose tire. They got another caution flag to get it off the car. They'll check that, but in trying to make sure they got all the lug nuts, they took a little extra time on this stop, and I think it cost him the lead.
It did. He's going to come out probably in third place if my eyes did not deceive me. I think it's going to be, as we take a commercial break, it will be Jason Leffler, Todd Cleaver, and then Carl Edwards. That will be the top three when we come back to Nashville.
This ESPN telecast of the NASCAR Busch Series is available in high definition on ESPN2 HD, presented by Vizio. 42 laps left here in Nashville. Jason Leffler is your leader. Carl Edwards currently third after really dominating, but the caution, of course, bunched up the field. And as we get ready, coming out of the caution, we're getting ready to go green and take you to the final portions of the race. As we mentioned, only 42 laps left. Carl Edwards in spots has dominated this race, but based upon what happened last time through on pit road, we mentioned Jason Leffler, your leader, Todd Cleaver in second, David Rudiman sitting fourth, Dave Blaney sitting fifth. So we'll check out how this thing finishes as we get ready to fire it up coming off the caution. You see him coming around the turn. Will Carl Edwards, I think that's the story right here, be able to hold off the rest of the field? At one point had a 5-second lead as we came into the caution, but as we mentioned, lost the lead once he got there. So caution just about complete, getting ready to go green. And then with that, we'll send it up to the booth. Here's Marty and the gang.
Yeah, we had a little shuffle in the leaderboard right there, but no gamblers. They all took 4 tires, so it's going to be just a drag race to the finish here. You got Carl Edwards. He lost that lead on pit road, but these other guys all have 4 tires.
Okay, let's put the money down here, fellas. Who you picking?
Okay, can I pick first?
Go ahead.
I'm going to pick Carl.
Okay. You got to pick Carl, too.
Sorry, I picked first.
Okay. All right. Hey, Toyota's having a great day no matter what. Right now, they're running first, fourth, and fifth. As we get ready to go back to green flag racing, we'll have 39 laps to go this time by. Listen for the call.
Green flag, green flag, green flag.
Well, Eric Almirola gets up high and almost brushes the wall. He's going to lose a lot of spots.
And boy, I tell you what, when that happens, Marty, you got a lot of that bad rubber up on those tires.
I have a flat.
He's saying he has a flat.
Says he thought
At this time, he's got a flat, guys.
And Jason Leffler got a good restart. Here he comes down, and we'll find out just how big a lead he has. As there is Todd Cleaver and David Rudiman going after each other. Rudiman moves up to third, bumps Cleaver back to fourth. Marcus Ambrose started on the outside of the front row in that 59 car. He is lap traffic. He's 18th, 1 lap down. Boy, all of a sudden, Jason Leffler's got the hot ticket here early in this run.
Marty's got that doggone clean air, those good tires. He got that good restart and got it gone. And, man, I'll tell you what, if you can get that clean air like he's got, we talked about it today, man, that really makes you feel good.
Well, he's running hard as he can. He knows he's got Carl Edwards in second place, and he's trying to put as much distance as he can on Carl right now while he can.
Boy, what a rebound this would be for Jason Leffler, looking to get back on track after the last 3 races where he had DNFs.
Yeah, he's had a lot of hard wrecks, too, and this team could use a good, solid finish. A win would be great.
Carl Edwards is busted loose now. He pulled back up in the second place, get clear from the lap car, and now he's just got a bullseye in the back of that car of Jason Leffler, and he's going for it.
Well, let's find out what's going on with the 60 car, Alan Bestwick.
They took the tires off the car after the pit stop. The crew checked them over. Here's crew chief Pierre Cattell telling his driver what the situation is under the yellow before the restart.
No problem. Is it tore up? I mean, is it going to come loose again? Got it, 40 laps. All right, 10-4.
So the wheel was loose. Carl asked if it was a mechanical problem where it was going to cause the wheel to pull away from the hub again, but he was told by the crew not in 40 laps. Carl has been turned loose to race to the finish by his team. And by the way, to make sure they got them tight, where the tire changer would just go around the 5 lugs once with the air gun to try and get a quick pit stop. This time he went around twice, so he hit 10 lugs on those front tires to make sure they were tight. That's why they fell from first to third on the stop.
Great stuff, Alan. For more information, go to ESPN.com. Your keyword on all that is communications.
Well, Marty, what happens right here when you have a loose wheel on a race car? It'll get out there and waller on those studs, and what it does is it'll just dull the stud threads, and then what happens is when these guys change tires, that lug nut won't go all the way back up on the new wheel because it's being, it kind of binds up on those bad threads. So that's why they're saying they had another loose wheel and they had to go back and retighten all the lug nuts again.
Yeah, when you go after the race and they pull that thing in the victory lane or else the garage area or wherever it's going to be at, I guarantee you they'll run to that right front, look at those threads and those lug nuts or those lug studs, and they'll probably be tore up pretty big time. And so they spent a little extra time that last time really making sure they're hammered up good and tight, because they can't afford this problem again.
All right, let's check speeds at the line. See who is fastest this time by at the stripe, as we now have 32 laps to go. Edwards at 163 and change. He is closing. The lead is down to 1.1 seconds between Leffler and Edwards.
And that equates to Jason Leffler to 29.61 seconds to get around this racetrack to a 29.36 of Edwards. It looks like the 16 car just got in a wall, guys.
Let's find out what happened here. Let's take another look. Watch Todd Cleaver, right side.
Oh, got loose. Chased it all the way up the track.
He just brushed the right rear, and is it rubbing? Can't tell from there. No tire smoke. Get another view.
Looks like he made pretty good contact with it.
Yeah, he may have even gotten the right front a little bit. Alan, you've got more?
Yeah, just before he hit that wall, Todd Cleaver came on the radio, told his crew chief Eddie Pardue they were very loose. We have the visual evidence there of a lack of rear grip. Has not said anything since, bouncing off the wall to the crew. And Cleaver in search of his best ever Busch Series finish, which is 7th. He needs to gain back one of the spots he just lost.
Meanwhile, while all this has been going on, if you're Jason Leffler, you got to start worrying, because on lap 190, his lead was 1.8 seconds over the number 60 of Carl Edwards. Guess what? At 195, it's down to 0.7 of a second.
Yeah, he's going to have to run as hard as he can to hold Carl Edwards off.
It's a matter of time before Edwards runs down Leffler. You're now going back to Cleaver. He hit that wall, and it looks like it didn't hurt the suspension or anything, but it took the right rear quarter panel and knocked it over about 6 inches, Andy. And these aerodynamicists with these race teams, they do all they can to get that rear bumper to the right-hand side for max downforce. I'm afraid if he was loose before, he's probably looser now.
Well, when we talk about loose, we're talking about the rear tires just flat don't have enough grip, and we saw that when that car went in the corner. Back wheels just jumped out, and he tried to chase it up there and got in the wall. But I'd be just as concerned about the hard parts on the car. The suspension hit pretty hard right there too, so I'd be more worried about that than I would the aerodynamics at this point. Just worried about something maybe breaking on the car.
Well, Jason Leffler is under attack. He's loving life right now out in front, but boy, it has been a couple of tough races. Let's take you back to Fontana. That was one of them. He gets turned into the wall hard. And then it wasn't much better at Atlanta as he pancaked it. And you can't win a race when your car looks like that. Right now, he's got a chance, but here comes Carl Edwards. With 25 laps to go, guess who has retaken the lead? It is Carl Edwards, as he got underneath Jason Leffler and has gone back in front here at Nashville Superspeedway. Let's take you back. It's just a moment ago.
Hey, Carl's just got a head of steam going on his car. It's just better through the center of the corner. Just a flat-out better handling car at this moment. Leffler's probably the second best at this point. Gets him a little bit loose, gets it nose up underneath him, and it's a drag race down the front straightaway.
And going into turn one, he's got the lead. Right now, it is Ford up front with Carl Edwards, then 3 Toyotas, Leffler, David Rudiman, and Dave Blaney, and then it's Chevrolet in 5th, 6th, and 7th with Smith, Huffman, and Scott Wimmer.
Marty, the guy struggling right now that would be Cleaver. he is really having a tough time with his car right now. He just ran a 31.01. The car's off the pace by over a second. So he's really loose at this point right now after he got in the wall. And you can see the car go by right now with the right rear tail knocked over. That really hurts the downforce, and it's slowed his car up over a half a second now.
Yeah, he's dropped down to 13th, and there are only 15 cars on the lead lap. Let's get more from Allen.
Todd Cleaver saying he's just having a lot of trouble hanging on to the car right now. Apparently knocking some things out of line with that little wrap off the wall. Just trying to ride it out and get it to the finish. Maybe if he gets a caution, we'll see him try and make some repairs.
So while he continues to hang on, the battle up front is starting to stretch in the wrong direction. Unless you're a Carl Edwards fan, because he's loving this.
Well, Edwards is
right direction for Carl.
Yeah, absolutely, guys. He's in clean air. He's hooked up and flying right now. You know, going back to Todd Cleaver, I believe the track bar, that's the bar that holds the rear of the car from going left and right, folks. Yeah, I think it probably got bent. It looks like that rear end of that car is knocked over to the left-hand side.
Trouble for Gale. He is running in 14th right now. Had a heck of a run going here, and it looks like he's got problems.
Looks like the engine. You see smoke coming out the exhaust pipes on the right side.
So driving for Kevin Harvick Incorporated, it looks like Cale's day is going to be over. And like we said, he had a great run going. He had finished second earlier today in the ARCA race and was on the lead lap, running in 14th position.
This guy's been really good behind the wheel. He's getting a lot of seat time right now.
They told him to go straight to the garage.
That's Kevin Harvick's car. Cale Gale's driving. This is his first year of getting a shot driving for Kevin. They said go straight to the garage. His terminal, that engine's blowed up. He did a good job getting off the track, because he could have stayed up on that track and oiled the thing down, got off it, and we're still green. I thought maybe the caution would fly at that point.
Whoa. Take a look. You saw Sam Hornish getting a little loose as Leffler was not about to wait for him to get out of the way. He got him loose and got by.
I'll tell you what, today I've turned Sam Hornish every way but loose today. He's learned a lot, and he's got beat up and banged up, and he's probably thinking, get me out of this place. Let me go back home, man.
Here comes David Rudiman. He is right behind Leffler. That's the battle for second place. They're both trying to track down Carl Edwards, but the laps are winding down. We have 18 to go at this point, and Carl's lead is up to 2.2 seconds.
Well, the last thing Carl wants to see right now is a caution flag.
Right here's why Jason Leffler moved the 12 car out of the way. He's got a little pressure coming from behind.
Let's get more on the 38 car. Vince Welch.
David Rudiman pressuring Jason Leffler there. Remember, Rudiman had the gas can penalty earlier today, and now Leffler's reporting that he believes he's got a flat tire. So Leffler's going back, and this team has really struggled with their results, as you guys showed a little bit earlier. And he said they really wanted to get the corner turned this week with a good result. So far, it looks like he's going to get it unless this flat tire sets him back. Still not confident that he's got a flat, but he's just reported to Todd Losey that he feels like he's got a flat tire, and that's one of the reasons he's going backwards.
Well, the front end of the car is sort of sitting up a lot higher than it was earlier, guys, and he has lost the second place to David Rudiman, so maybe he does have a problem.
Yeah, but it could be, if the front end's riding a little bit higher, it could be a shock absorber or something like that that's kind of giving up a little bit late in the race. You put a lot of laps and get a lot of heat in them. Sometimes those things just don't hold down as good as they do early in the race.
I'm trying to take a look at the tires on his car on Leffler. Every time it comes by, our cameras were on him. And it looked to me, if anything, maybe the tire in question would have been the left rear. It looked like the left rear was really kind of weak looking at the bottom of the tire, Andy. You look at it again, it looks okay there. I'm not so sure that's what the problem is. Chassis could just be going away on the car.
Well, while all this has been going on, guess what's happened with Carl Edwards? He has opened up a 3-second lead with 15 laps to go. So don't go away, because you don't know what's going to happen quite yet, although I'd have to give Carl the nod if you're saying he's in control, because he is. Stay with us. Welcome back to the Pepsi 300. That is the prize awaiting the winner. I'm talking about the guitar, not the three girls. And right now it's Carl Edwards, guys. It looks like it may be his for the taking. 4.3 seconds ahead of David Rudiman out on the racetrack. There goes Carl, and here comes David.
It's a nice prize, you know, Marty, to get a guitar like that. I know when you win Martinsville, you get a big clock. A lot of people like that. I got a lot of those myself and really enjoyed those. And get a guitar, you take that home with just a trophy you got forever. It means a whole lot to you.
Yeah, some guys will say they'd race for just the trophy. Let them have the money if they could win that guitar.
Well, right now, it's up to Rudiman. It's down to 4.6 seconds. It had been up to 5, so Rudiman is cranking up the wick a little bit, but there's only 7 laps to go this time by, and I'm not sure that's enough.
Well, he's cranked up the wick, no doubt about that. He is running 30.04, but Carl's at 29.90. Carl's still got this field covered by about 1/10 of a second, a little bit more than that, to tell you the truth, and he's just riding right now. Anything can happen. Anything can happen.
Yeah, like we've been worried about that loose wheel before, so he's hoping that thing will hold out.
Well, and you can see the stat right there. The leader with 10 laps to go has won 5 of the 6 prior races this season. So the stars are aligning for the points leader, Carl Edwards, as this time by it will be 6 laps to go. Let's check in on the battle for third, because Jason Leffler has been talking about problems with the handling of this race car, and he is under attack from Dave Blaney.
Yeah, that's his teammate Dave Blaney in the 10 car. And Dave wants this spot pretty bad. I think Jason's going to have to let him have it.
They were talking on the radio during the break about maybe having a bearing going bad. There's a
they're speculating on a vibration he's feeling in the car. They don't really know what it is. If it's a wheel bearing, it could be very serious, and it'd probably show that's the problem that would show up pretty quick, and a failure in the spindle. So you better hope it's not a wheel bearing that's going bad.
Well, I remember not too long ago, the teammates of Braun Racing got together and crashed each other accidentally. And I saw them running side by side. I said, hey, guys, remember what happened last time? Don't let that happen again.
I'm sure Todd Braun was saying the same thing. He said, wait a minute, guys, we need to get to the finish.
Oh, I guarantee
we need a good finish.
When Blaney got past Leffler, he's thinking, okay, we're safe. Bring him home, guys. Bring him home. We only got 5 laps to go. That's what he's thinking.
Make it 4 laps now as we've crossed the stripe. Meanwhile, while all this is going on, we should give a shout out to Regan Smith, because he is running in 5th. He's not going to win this thing. He's 7 seconds back, but this will be a career best for him. His best prior was 9th, and there he is in the 4 car. So a good run for the Ginn Resorts machine. As you can see where he started. He was as low as 29th, and right now a CB.
And Marty, I don't believe Regan Smith was scheduled to be in this car before this race. I believe Mark Martin made a schedule change of what he wanted to do, and somehow Regan ended up in this car. It's going to be Craig Kinzer. So a lot of shaking up going over there at the Ginn camp. But I'll tell you, I know that Regan is glad that he's in that car right now, running a solid top 5.
Carl Edwards makes his way through the lap traffic. His lead is still 4.1 seconds. And let's get an update on his situation. Alan?
You know, Rusty talked about guys who drive just for the trophy there a minute ago. Carl Edwards is one of those. A lot of the guys who were running both the Nextel Cup and Busch Series in previous years cut back this year. Carl Edwards is running both. I asked him earlier today about being here instead of having a weekend off like some of the other guys. He said, I can't think of a better place to be. He's going to get a trophy at the end of the day. That even tops it off, huh?
Certainly does, and you saw the number of laps he's led today. We've had a very good race. If you've tuned in late, you've missed a dandy. 9 different leaders, 17 lead changes.
White flag.
And as we get ready, the white flag is out. 1 lap to go.
4.4.
That's the gap. You just heard it from the spotter. Carl knows it's well in hand.
We talked earlier about everybody was talking about Edwards. He's the guy to beat. A lot of experience, got a good team behind him, quality driver. And Andy, it looks like he just put a whooping on these guys all day long. Every time he gets in the back, he gets himself right to the front. Carr's got great looking attitude on the racetrack. Looks good.
And the checker flag flies for the 11th time in his career. Carl Edwards, he goes back-to-back after winning at Bristol and extends his points lead. David Rudiman comes in 2nd, Dave Blaney 3rd, and Jason Leffler 4th. That's 2nd, 3rd, and 4th for Toyota.
Awesome, guys. That means the world to me. That means a lot. Is that wheel tight?
They're asking him about the wheel. Whoa, and meanwhile, Steve Wallace goes spinning across the infield.
Bring on down past the line.
He brings it across the line, and he will finish in 14th. I don't know what happened there right at the end. Let's check in quickly with Mike Massaro.
Marty, after winning in Bristol, Pierre Coutel, the crew chief for Carl Edwards, described that win as a relief. How do you describe this one?
That was a relief there. Thank God we got through that one. And that was amazing. We had that loose wheel problem. We came back and fought that. Actually, twice we had that. And everything fell our way today. And we
thank the good Lord for that.
You knew you were coming into this race as heavy favorites. What's it mean to back that up?
Well, you come in as heavy favorites. It's like you're kind of you're on both sides of that deal. If you don't run well, they're like, well, how come you didn't run well? And if you won, well, you're supposed to win. So it's kind of tough that way.
Carl Edwards in victory lane for the second consecutive race. Marty.
And the flip has been accomplished. I'd kill myself if I ever did that. He led the last 25 laps, 74 in all. And think about this guy. You want to talk about domination? In the 7 races, he's finished no lower than 6th and won 2 of them.
He's been doing this for a couple years, Marty. That 60 car is prepared so well. And, you know, he's got the same team, and he's just gelling so well with them. When you get that rhythm going, look how happy he is.
Well, they'll get him to the winner's circle, and the flip is over, and one of the crew members getting a rod across the grass, and the NASCAR official says, no, you're not going to do that.
None of that going on.
Stay with us. One more look in slow motion. Man, he's good at this. He's good at driving, too. We'll talk to him.
We're back in Nashville. Carl Edwards dominates the final third of the race, largest margin of victory in the Busch Series this season. We go down to victory lane with Alan Bestwick.
Here he comes. With the pose that photographers love with the Gibson guitar, that's the winner's trophy. Second one of those in his collection. He won the last race here, 2 in a row at Nashville. Carl, tell me about your race. You did not lead to start with. It took you a little while to get there. Then you had a couple of vibrations. How concerning?
Oh, man, it was very concerning. We had right front wheels coming loose, but just have to thank Dish Network, Ford Motor Company, Coca-Cola. And I really want to say this one is, I dedicate this one to Bobby Hamilton. You know, just such a wonderful man, great racing family. And I would just thank Office Depot and my crew. PK made great calls in the pits, and just a fun race. That was just fun.
You said on the radio to the team, this means the world to me. Why?
Well, it means a lot to be able to come out here and race on, you know, with such great competitors. I mean, David Ruderman and those guys are doing so well, and to win this guitar here at Nashville and in front of a crowd like this, and you know, on Easter weekend, I mean, it's awesome. I gotta say, happy Easter to everybody. Hey to everybody at Back 40 Records, and just an awesome day. This is a great way to celebrate Easter weekend.
Congratulations. Carl Edwards got a guitar. I hear he knows how to play it a little bit.
So guitars and backflips for everyone. Carl Edwards gets it done. Let's see that thing. Brad Daugherty said he can do that also. A couple of underrated storylines emerge. We cover those next from Nashville.
ESPN's presentation of the NASCAR Busch Series at Nashville is presented by Tractor Supply Company, the stuff you need out here, and in part by Vizio, making HD TV a possibility for everyone where vision meets value, and Old Spice Red Zone Body Wash. And there is the guitar in the hands of the winner, Carl Edwards. The guy who wanted it, along with about 41 others, is David Ruderman. He's with Vince Welch.
David Ruderman finishing second today, and you described this track earlier this week as your favorite track on the planet. You were 6th here in June last year, 2nd today. What is it about this track that agrees with David Ruderman?
I don't know. It's still my favorite track on the planet, though. I tell you, it's just a great facility, and everybody's, you know, the folks at Nashville just do a great job. And Jerry Baxter and the guys brought me a great Aaron's Dream machine, and Toyota did their job. We had a great horsepower, and we just got beat. We just a little bit off, and you know, I'm proud of my guys. They did a good job. And
you had the pit lane violation because of the catch can. If you wouldn't have had that issue, would you have been able to hold off Carl Edwards down the stretch?
No, it'd have been awful tough. I mean, we were better than him at the beginning of a run, but over a long run, he was better than we were, and it'd been tough. I mean, Carl Edwards did a great job. I think we just got beat by a better car today, but hopefully next time we'll be the best car.
Yeah, still a great result for the 99, the Aaron's Dream machine, and David Ruderman. Marty?
It certainly was. Toyota, as we said, finishing 2nd, 3rd, and 4th behind the Ford of Carl Edwards. Speaking of behind Carl Edwards, take a look at this. Dave Blaney is 321 markers behind Carl Edwards. He's won the last 2 Busch Series races. He is making a runaway of this championship chase after 7 of 35 races. Stay with us. We're not done yet here at Nashville.
Welcome back to Nashville. I'm Jamie Little here, joined by Jason Leffler. Great run today, finished 4th. 4 DNFs in 6 races. Jason, how bad did you need this finish today?
We needed it really bad. You know, I just owe all the credit to everybody at Braun Racing, great clips, and of course Toyota. The guys back at the shop been working really hard, repairing race cars, and it's been a tough beginning of the season. Ran 6th in Mexico, which was a highlight, and then to come here and run 4th. We didn't have anything for Carl. You know, he got by, and then at the very end there, we had a right front wheel that was coming loose, so I had to slow down there and just kind of take care of it. But got to thank everybody once again. Great Clips Toyota was really good, and hopefully we run up front some more.
How about the Toyotas today? 3 of you in the top 5.
Yeah, I mean, it's a testament to the, you know, what they can provide for us, and we've always ran well here, and we just needed a little bit more. And Toyota's provided us with the, you know, the engineering help, and obviously the engines run good, and it feels like, you know, power-wise, we feel like we're on par with an RCR or Yates, Roush Yates engine program. So it helps us close the gap between the Cup owners, and guys are doing a great job. So go to Texas next week and run up front again.
All right, that's Jason Leffler. Let's go to Mike Massaro.
Jamie, with a 7th place finish, Scott Wimmer turns in his first top 10 of the season, but you've got to wonder, what if? What was going on with the motor?
I don't know if we had something wrong with the electric system or the carburetor or something like that, but these guys built me a great race car, probably one of the strongest cars I ever drove. So come home in the top 10 with the problems we had. I'm pretty excited. Hopefully we can bring this one back.
Well, this takes a little bit of pressure off Scott Wimmer. He said he feels like he needs to live up to the expectations set by Jeff Burton. Today, it was a step in the right direction. Alan?
With the 3rd place finisher, Dave Blaney, not bad for a guy that spun out midway through the race. Did you think you could come back that far up?
Yeah, we did. We had a really good car, especially on long runs. If it stayed green a long time, we could keep on coming, and struggled a little bit. The first 15 laps of a run could barely hang on, but it was good though. Yeah, I mean, if we wouldn't have got turned around there, I don't know if we could have hung up front or not, but I mean, it was still a good day.
3 Toyotas in the top 4 here today, Dave. All 3 Toyotas in the field. A particular reason why your car combination matched up to this track?
No, I don't know. You know, our car's been running pretty good all year, and Jason finally had a good day with his, you know, and kept it going, and David did too, and they were all 3, you know, strong from the start, and they stayed good. And I think a little bit of that's sharing information. You know, most times we are pretty close to the same, or at least we know what the other guys have got, and I think that played a little bit into it today, and that was good to see.
We'll see you in Texas.
Very good, thanks.
Dave Blaney, 3rd place finisher. Jamie?
Well, Alan, a lot of talk about this guy, Regan Smith, this year. Concentrated only on Busch today. Best finish ever in Busch. Anything NASCAR. Tell us about your run.
You know, it was a good day. We had a problem on pit road at the beginning there, ran out of fuel after our pit stop, and I don't know if we had an air bubble or something like that in the line, but finally got it cranked back up, and we were able to stay right there on the tail end of 2 laps down, basically, and knew if we lost that 2nd lap, our day would be over. So we got the lucky dog and just kept pushing hard all day long. Car was really good at the end there. I just needed long runs, and you know, all the guys on the Ginn Resort Chevy did a heck of a job on pit road, and Doug made great calls to get us back on the lead lap. Doug Randolph, he's done a heck of a job for me, and I owed it to these guys. I kind of cost them one at Mexico earlier this year, so got the first one out of the way, and now we need to get more.
What does this do for your confidence, Regan? You've had so much on your plate in both Busch and Cup, filling in for Mark Martin. You're big shoes to fill. What does this do for you?
Well, you know, anytime you get a top 5, it's always good. It's definitely, it pumps you up, and you know, I've been enjoying the Cup races the past couple weeks, getting better each time in those, and just need to keep getting better every time in the race car, and you know, it's always a confidence booster.
All right, first top 5 for Regan Smith. Marty?
A career best finish for him, and let's talk about, well, since 2005, who has the most wins in the NASCAR Busch Series? Well, it's Kevin Harvick, but Carl Edwards is closing fast, guys. Some final impressions from today?
Well, Carl Edwards was very impressive, very dominating at the end. Great racing in the beginning of the race. We saw these guys, a lot of guys got an opportunity to lead the race that hadn't led all year long. And so they're having a lot of fun. And it was good to see the Toyotas. If not for one Ford, the Toyotas would have for sure got their first win today. So, I mean, it was really impressive to see those guys, 3 of them, the only 3 in the field, finished in the top 5.
Right.
Well, I'll tell you what, I really thought that maybe a Busch regular might pull something off this weekend, but it didn't happen. Carl Edwards dominated the race, and he's been strong throughout the year, and I didn't think he'd slow down, but I really thought that maybe a Busch regular might have his time to shine this time.
One of the shout-outs we have to give is to all the fans that came out. It was bone-chilling cold here. Our crew has done yeoman's work. The guys, we can see some of our camera guys, and they're freezing, literally. The winds are 20 miles an hour. I couldn't believe those fans, because those bleachers are awfully, awfully cold. And Jerry Punch, you picked a good week to to take off. He's going to be off again next week, and you're going to be taking a break.
I sure am, folks. You probably noticed this isn't Jerry Punch. It's Marty Reed, our big buddy from IndyCar racing last year. He's going to be working with us this year. Jerry's off a couple weeks, and I'm going to be off for like 4 weeks. In fact, I'll see you back right here for this race after the Indianapolis 500, which me and you and Scott Goodyear will be doing. But Jerry be back. The only guy getting not the good end of the deal is you, Andy.
I do get the good end. I get to stay up here, and I get to keep covering the races. You just go have fun on the beach. Enjoy that. Enjoy retirement for a little bit. We'll take care of this for just a few weeks, and then we'll see you back here.
I was going to do all these races, and I said if I do them all, I might as well not stop driving the car. So I'm going to take some time off with my family and my wife, get a little vacation in, and come back and hit it hard all the way to the end of the year.
And if you're wondering who's going to join us next week in Texas, it will be Dale Jarrett. Now, let's talk a little bit about next week, because we'll be in the Lone Star State. Last year it was Kurt Busch, found his first NASCAR Busch career win in his very first start. The Busch Series at Texas, presented by Star Motorcycles on ESPN2. Saturday, April 14th, 2:30 Eastern. It's available in high definition on ESPN2 HD. Just call your satellite or cable operator. So as the pictures continue down in Victory Lane, the celebration will go well into the night. And we'd like to take a special moment to wish a speedy recovery to a special member of our ESPN race team, Michelle Lynch. Get well and come back soon. Coming up next, the ESPN original movie 3. Congratulations to our race winner, Carl Edwards, as this has been a presentation of ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports. I'm Marty Reed. For Rusty Wallace, Andy Petrie, and the Frozen Four of Alan Bestwick, Mike Massaro, Jamie Little, and Vince Welch. We'll see you next week in Texas. So long for now.